Times close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm applying no pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Times close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't he son to believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin there, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing on nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time if a dollar's so caught eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know how to plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Times close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Times close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang all out, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Some people love me, and they don't even know I have a hard time loving myself. Some people judge me, and they don't even know I have a hard time judging myself. Life gets ugly, but I got a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons, I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be grateful, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop, he paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire rope. D-Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gon' block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them, don't want it. Pride hard to swallow, doggone it. And you were really never my opponent. I'm fighting evil, man, they hearts black. They wanted my life, told them back. Got an itch for sin, can't scratch that. Keep the truth loaded in the black gap. Just know if I said it, I'm in it, and they gon' take it back. Learn the game brighter than my granddaddy's Cadillac. Young man, old song, imagine that. Ain't in my control, gotta pray, let them handle that. God hit my line, get me to play. Roger that, gang torn, alright, you hate like a running back. If you ain't catch everything I said, better run it back. Eating up this beat, break bread, where your sandwich at, y'all? Thought I was done? No, this beat ain't like Kobe, I'm too full. My God, sick old mode, he too cold. I'm skating on beats, froze on with the flow.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side right here. extreme, you ain't seen it like that, yeah. And it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. What is going on, Mafia? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out here on this beautiful Friday night with the Candle Mafia and your boy Frankie Candles to do, I don't know, some random amount of time of TA. Guys, we got an amazing show for you tonight. I can't promise the excitement that we had on yesterday's live stream because I don't know if Bitcoin's going to nuke again. But obviously, guys, as we got a huge move to the downside yesterday, or at least a big move for the amount of time that it happened in, we got that big. The Godfather said DZ, a.k.a. One Chain Link. I'm with DZ. I bought actually 1.5 chain link the other day. But guys, we got an amazing show for you tonight. We got some good stuff to look at here on the charts. As we got that big move to the downside. Are we going to see this dump continue, or can we get a little bit of a recovery? Is it going to be a small bounce before a continued move down, or is it just going to keep nuking? Are we going to get a big bounce? Are we going back to break the yearly highs? What is going to happen with Bitcoin? We're going to be covering it all on tonight's live stream. But before we get into it, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. Shout out to the Godfather getting that membership. Whew, thank God. Shout out to QWERTY. Thank you for gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. And thank God the Godfather got one of those because you don't want to piss off the Godfather. But, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. And we will be announcing our giveaway winners on tonight's stream. I believe we have a I think we have a ton of giveaways to do because we didn't do our stream last Friday. So we're doing a combined giveaway. So stick around to the end of the stream. If you want to know how to enter in to win the giveaways, go ahead and at the mods in chat, they'll let you know. But, guys, we got an awesome show. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Before we jump into the charts, let's go ahead and check out what is going on in the chat. Let's see who we got in here. First off, show some love to our mods. Guys, I think it's time to throw this shirt out. The neck is like doing this weird thing. I don't know. But anyway, shout out to the mods, guys. You know who they are. We got Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Anon, Crypto Billy, D Petty Crypto, Tyler Durden, Chemistry Bro. Did I say Crypto Billy? Captain Kirk. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. Thank you guys for everything you do. And we are doing a mod hangout tonight. Super excited to hang out with you guys. This is long overdue. We should do this more often after we do it tonight. I don't know what we're going to do, guys. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to hang out on Discord. I was thinking maybe Maybe we gamble a little bit. I don't know. Maybe there's a website you could go for that. I don't know. But maybe we gamble and then you guys keep the winnings. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll play Halo. I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm super, super pumped to hang out with you guys. Shout out to Bro Tip in the chat, The Godfather. I don't know why your chats keep popping out right to me, right to my eyes. I don't know why. Shout out to Michael Snelling. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got Mario in the house. Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative. What is going on, Jessica? Thank you for being here. Mr. Blake in the house. We got Kevin Hawthorne. What is going on? Says thank you for all of your videos that you did. Shout out to Kevin. Hey, I have fun doing these, so don't thank me, bro. I'm just having a good time. Shout out to you, man. Let's see. We got Bison9 in the chat. What is going on? Bro Tip. We got Ozzyman. What is going on, brother? Tanner A, as always. Yeah, Tanner A says, I owe you an extra fake out. And Tanner, you're not wrong. We did have to slip out of the live stream a little bit early last night to make some fixes yeah, if you were here, you know. I want to, just real quick, guys, I want to apologize for what happened on the stream last night. I don't want to give it too much attention. Everything's all good. Channel's all good. Nothing happened. But obviously, we did have a little bit of a hiccup yesterday due to some clown that came in here and tried to... Sometimes people see people doing well and they try to ruin things for other people. But I just want to say, sorry, it's not even his fault. You know, we can think of what we want about him. It's my fault. I should have known better than to click that video on the live stream in front of everybody. I should have vetted it. Lesson learned. It will never happen again. Take full responsibility. Mrs. Candles is here. Show a hand. Show a hand, guys. There we go. Mrs. Candles in the hand. How's the hand smell today? Nothing. Smells like nothing, guys. Thank you. But... yeah, guys, it will never happen. Oh, God, get out of here with the fire, Mrs. Candles. But, guys, that will never happen again. I really do apologize for anyone who might have had younger people around. Obviously, that is not what we do here on that channel. And we have a lot of trust. I have a lot of trust in the CandleMafia, and sometimes I forget that I'm not just up here with my best friends, and there could be some bad actors in the chat that are trying to mess things up for us. But anyway, everything is all good. That's what I'll leave that as. Don't worry, we're not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop having fun. Honestly, I think we might add a new segment to the live stream, which is gonna be me reviewing your TA. But obviously, we will be vetting those videos / pictures very, very strongly before we look at them. But shout out to that guy. Thought he might have heard us, or he thought he heard us, but he actually just added more value to our live stream. So thank you for the idea. I'm sure he's watching right now. I can almost guarantee you. But anyway, but shout out to you guys. Really do apologize about that. We got Sniper's Nightmare in the chat. Sniper, what is going on, bro? Good to see you in here. But guys, without further ado, let me read this super chat from Creighton C. Says, Frankie, Dave has some TA in the Discord he needs you to look at. I can't do it, Dave. Sorry, Frankie's been through enough. No more sun-dried tomatoes. This is where Tony whacks me. Shout out to Crane C. We'll let that one slide, bro. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you for being here. But guys, without further ado, let's go jump in to some TA reviews in the Discord. I'm kidding. But guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts, because we do have a lot to look at here. This is Femex. Guys, in a maker short right now. Been in this position for a little bit. Still got $460 locked in. Got 2,200 or 2,263 unrealized. This thing might keep going, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to this thing. This thing is absolutely just printing money. So yeah, gonna be holding on to this. I am also in a very, very small Bitcoin trade. It's on BingX, but I'm not logged into my account on here. But yeah, shout out to this. We'll check this throughout the stream. We'll see if it dumps a little bit more. But yeah, the shorts are printing money, guys. The shorts are printing money. So shout out to the Bears. But guys, let's go ahead and jump right on into the charts here. Let me get up to date with chat here. But let's see. I like the... Oh, yeah, guys, real quick. Shout out to the new Frankie Candles hat colors. We got a couple of these now. This is actually my favorite. I'm not going to lie. The last round of colors we came out with, you guys loved them. I didn't love them. The ones that I liked didn't really... no one else liked. But the one that I absolutely hated was, like, the best seller. So we're not going by me and what I like. But this is, like, probably one of my favorite colorways right now. This is fly. We also got the all black. This is the hat I was wearing yesterday. I just took it off to wear this new one. So these will be in the merch store very, very, very soon. I don't think they're live just yet, but they will be very soon. But yeah, go ahead and check that stuff out. But let's go ahead and dive right on into the chart. And let's take a look at what is going on with Bitcoin. Now, really what I want to do here, guys, is I want to talk about, we're going to talk about where Bitcoin is likely to go next first. And then I want to go back and talk about where we are likely to, how we really got here and why this dump really wasn't as shocking as we would have thought. Now, listen to me right now. I'm not saying, obviously, the leverage exchanges did get these panic wicks down to about $23,600. This is not on every exchange. This was likely due to liquidations. But yeah, moving on to, if you take a look at Bitstamp here, we did not actually get that big dip down. Again, that was likely due to liquidation, stuff like that. But first, I want to talk about the local price action. We're going to kind of work backwards here, and then we're going to talk about kind of how we got here, right? Obviously, we got that speculative news talking about how SpaceX might have sold their, $371 million in Bitcoin, which was part of the reason why this was, part of the reason why it dumped. To be honest, we talked about this yesterday, I think. Show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. I don't care what the news was. We were ready for this move down in either case, right? Like, we saw the bearish signals on the chart, and then just so happens that some kind of crazy thing happens and you get that big nuke to the floor. However, let's go ahead and dig into the local price action here and come on down to the lower time frames. I'm going to start off here on the 4-hour, and I'm actually going to clear these local levels really quickly. And I do want to kind of talk about where we are sitting right now. So basically, guys, we are toying with this macro value area low. Now, this is the macro value area that we've been looking at for weeks on this channel. Didn't think... now, we were expecting to eventually get down to the value area low. Again, didn't expect it to happen that quickly. But shout out to the volume profiles. We'll talk about this a little bit more in a second. If you guys have been watching the live streams, you will know we've been watching this level for quite some time. But again, didn't think it was going to get hit that fast. But we are starting to kind of just consolidate and hang out right at this value area low. But with that being said, let's go down to an even lower time frame and try to figure out what is going on here. Now, let me spawn that value area low real quick and take a look here, right? Let me extend this. And bada boom, bada bing, there we go. So as we came down to that value area low, at least on the Bitstamp chart, I'm not going to look at the Bybit chart right now because this crazy panic wick is was eaten up almost instantly. It was like liquidations, and then it was we got liquidated down, or the longs got liquidated, and then the shorts shot it straight back up almost directly to that value area low. If you guys remember from last night, I was talking about how if we could come up and close that daily candle above this value area low, that would be a little bit more of a, not a bullish sign, but it would be a decent sign for some kind of a bounce or strength to come in here and not have a continued nuke overnight. And we did wind up closing that daily candle, and now we are starting to press into that daily value area low. But let's go down here. I was talking to the premium Discord earlier today. Not really interested in any big trades right now, guys. And the reason for that is when you get big moves like this, I talk about this when the FOMC meetings happen. I typically don't trade that crazy volatility unless I'm already in a position, right? But I'm typically not trying to catch trades as the crazy price action and volatility is playing out. I would rather let price chill out, find a little bit of balance, consolidate, maybe create a range, and then I can find some better levels and find those higher probability trades. Shout out to Media Press TV says, let's do this again next week. It was a good DCA. The intention is hitting stop losses to pump up nonetheless, or more, no less. No more, no less. Kept moving up there. I kept missing the words. But yeah, how many birthdays do you guys have? Well, Rob's birthday is today. So yeah, shout out to Rob. Shout out to Rob celebrating his birthday every single day. But we're gonna talk about where we're headed here in a second, guys. But not really too interested in a trade right now. Like I said, I am in a little scalp long from somewhere down here. But I don't have high hopes for it, to be 100% honest with you. Because again, like, just the situation we're in right now, there's no real clear structure here. It's just kind of like we're melting down a little bit, but we're playing with this key level, and if we pop back up above this level, we looked at this last night, coming in at $26,106. If we're able to hold this level, we may be able to get a little bit of a bounce to come in here. However, if we look at Market Cipher B on things like the 4-hour, VWAP is kind of coming up a little bit more here, but it's not really that promising, right? It's not like we're getting a fresh green dot because we could wind up just coming up. I do think we'll probably just play around with this level, right? It's just very, very choppy right now. Again, not really interested in a big trade. I am in a pretty decent trade right now, but again, I was in that position before the dump. We were entering, obviously, it's a Maker short, not a Bitcoin short, but we were hanging out up here as we were looking at Maker to enter those shorts, and now we've gotten this big dump, and now it's paying out. But again, not really interested in too much of a trade here, but our key level of resistance remains the same as yesterday. We got to get above this value area low, again, at $26,150-ish. Once we get above there, we can look for a continued retracement to the upside. However, I don't know how high you're going to come up here, right? So we'll take a look at some of the higher resistance levels, but I want to take a look at Market Cipher B really quickly. 2-day VWAP, right? 2-day VWAP is absolutely tanking to the floor. Money flow also looking about as bearish as it gets. This was one of the main reasons why we were expecting a continued downtrend we were expecting the downtrend to continue here, was because the money flow was coming out into the red on something like the 2-day. And when those higher term time frames have money flow coming out, it indicates the downtrend will likely continue. And with that being said, that's why we were looking to short these lower highs and not looking for moonshot longs, right? We were being more greedy with the shorts and more conservative with the longs, and that all came down to money flow on the higher time frames. And if you watched the show, we talked about this on the live stream plenty. So, again, the key levels we were really watching was about 28K even, which got absolutely smashed. And then last but not least, we were really looking to find some kind of support down here at the value area low, because what happens when you break below the value area high? We said this 30 times yesterday. You lose the value area high, you break down, you bounce off the POC. If you can't get back above that value area high, you're expecting to potentially and eventually get down to your value area low. Now, again, didn't expect it to happen that quickly, but that's why we look at this entire market in terms of ranges, right? Because if you're looking at this macro range, all you're thinking is, hey, if you break below this high, you're likely to go to the low. When you hold support on the low, you're likely to go to the high, so on and so forth, right? So with that, out of the way here, guys, what I want to kind of talk about here is I want to go ahead and pull up some of these levels. Now, I want to talk about why this wasn't such a shock. Now, again, the speed and aggression of the dump was a little bit not unexpected, but I didn't expect to come down to this level so quickly, but we were anticipating the move down. And I want to talk about how I actually find these levels and why it's so important to look at the market in terms of ranges. And when you're looking here, you guys will know we've been looking at this value area up here between about 31.4 and about 28.8/28.650, right? And obviously, when we came up and approached this level from below, previous value area low, this would indicate this is the doorway to higher prices. Why? Because if we get above this level and bounce on it and hold support, we could expect a move up to the POC, which is what happened. Let me go ahead and zoom out here, or zoom in here a little bit. Once you get above that level and flip it to support, you're expecting a move to your POC. You're expecting turbulence at the POC and an eventual move up to the value area high, which we wound up getting. Now, we have context into what is likely to happen. We were looking for shorts here, right? Bouncing between the value area high and the POC. Rejected the value area high, came back down to the POC. Once you reject the POC, you're expecting to come down to the value area low. And more clearly, once you reject, right, we broke out of the value area high. Once you come back in and you cannot get back above that value area high, you're eventually going to anticipate a move to the value area low. Same strategy or technique we talk about all the time on the channel. And once we got down to this level, that previous value area low, which was once the doorway to higher prices, expecting that move up to the value area high, once you reject the high, this previous value area low is going to become your doorway to lower prices, right? So on the way up, it's a doorway to the value area high, and when you reject the value area high, it is your doorway to lower prices, right? And what happened as soon as we lost that value area low? It's the doorway to lower prices, and boom, you get the big move to the downside. And Why were we able to see this, guys? The reason was not only if we lost that previous value area low, were we expecting a big move down, you can use the volume profile to figure out if you lose that level, where price is likely to go next. So looking just at this level, you know that price is likely to get a move down once you lose this level, right? But you could also predict where price is likely to get a bounce, again, by looking at other volume profiles. So not only was this a previous value area low, but it was also your previous value area high of this more local range. And you kind of have the double whammy there, right? Because you know once you lose the low, this value area low, you're likely to get a move down. And if you lost this level, you would in turn also be losing the value area high of this range. So not only are you losing this value area low, but you're also getting accepted back into this range. So you can anticipate a potential move down to that value area low. And I'm not going to zoom into the lower time frames because I don't want to spend the time, but we came down and we interacted with that exact level from this previous range, right? So basically how you can look at this is kind of a range, right? And this is the importance of the value areas, right? And why I always call it or why I always say it gives you x-ray vision into the market, because not only does it give you key levels that you bounce off of and are very reliable, but it also gives you context into what will happen if a level is lost, or what will likely happen if a level is lost. And as price came down here, this is important, guys, because next time something like this happens and we have a setup where we're looking at things in this manner, my hope is that people watch the stream and see this stuff play out, and eventually they will apply it to their own analysis. So let me move my chair up a little bit here. This chair has been an absolute demon to me recently. But you're looking at this value area low. So not only are you getting below that previous, let me grab my brush. Not only are you losing this previous value area low, but you're also getting below this value area high. And what happens when you get below the value area high? You're expecting a move to the low, which is right here, and that is a level we interacted with. And then if you go ahead and extend your volume profile all the way to the right, that is where you get that macro value area low that we were looking at as support. So this is how you can use the volume profile to literally see into the market. We expected this move, and not only, and it's not that we expected it because we guessed or did something special. By doing this, right? We've been talking about this on the channel forever. And it just played out again. Once again. I feel like on this channel, I just come up here and say, oh, the volume profile played out again. And it just played out again. Right? So this is how I use the volume profile to find these levels, guys. And there's many ways to look at it. You can look at it as separate ranges like this. You have a range up here, a range up here. You can pull volume profiles on all these ranges, right? But you could look at it like that. Range up here, a range down there, and a range up here. Or you could also extend it through the entire area of price action and look at it, and look at it as a complete and total macro range, right? I look at both. But there you go. Next time you see price doing something like this, where you have a previous value area here, value area high, and previous value area low in confluence like this blue box, you know this is a key level. This is not just the key levels we show on this channel are not just key levels because I'm looking at price and I'm like, okay, we rejected. That's a key level. You can find your levels like that, but we know that this is a key level, not just because it was strong resistance, but we knew this was a key level before price rejected this many times because we knew it was a previous value area high. So we knew when we approached this level, it was going to give us heavy resistance, and it was a good place to look for shorts, which we did give the short setup from up here in the premium Discord, and didn't really expect it. I kind of expected it to play down to the value area low, did not expect a massive meltdown at the time when we were up here. But as you get lower to this level, you're sitting here saying, I know this is a key level because it's a previous value area low and a value area high, and if we lose it, we're likely to come down to the range low or the macro range low, which was right here at 27,500. And where did price bounce? Right off of that level. But again, we did have that panic wick down to another level of support, which is brings me to the next part of the stream, which is if price continues down, where can we expect a bounce? And that really does come in right about here, right? This panic wick on the Bybit chart and a lot of the other exchanges did get a bounce off of a very specific level. And that level was the golden pocket retracement, / value area high of this separate range, right? Again, just like we looked at this range, we are now looking at this range, right? So if we lose this value area, we could look down to potentially find some support on the value area high of this previous range. And now we know if we break below this blue box that we are likely to work into this value area or simply just this range. I don't want to confuse people by saying the word value area, right? Like, I'm not going to try to sound fancy and say value area. That's what it's called, but it's simply just a range. I'm sure there's some people sitting there going, like he says value area, I think he means the range, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if there's intricacies here. No, by value area, I just mean between the value area low and the value area high. But if we come down a little bit more, you could be looking at this previous value area high as a key level of support, because not only is this a place where you could potentially get a bounce for more reason than one, we'll get into it in a second, but if we don't hold this level, we now have context into where price is likely to go next. And if we get below that value area high and we cannot get back above it, does it sound familiar? Can't get back above the value area high to the value area low, right? Same thing with the macro range here. If you can't get grab the brush. If you can't get above your value area high, you're looking to come to the low. Same thing here. If you can't get above your value area high, if we come down here, break down, can't get back above it, likely you are going to be looking down to your range low, which is coming in. Technically, your value area low is coming in at $22,315. However, you do have some 786 confluence here, which brings me to the second reason this would be a decent place, more specifically the value area high. The second place, or the second reason this would be a good place to get a bounce, and that is that it is a pretty important golden pocket Fibonacci retracement level, right? From this low all the way up to this high here at about 31.8. That is your golden pocket retracement level, right? So if we do come back down there, obviously, we did get the bounce off of this level on the Bybit chart. Pull that from the low to the high. Well, I pulled it from the wrong spot. It's this low. But that is where you got the bounce on the Bybit chart, right? The Bitstamp chart just simply stopped here. It didn't go down that low. But if we wind up doing that on the Bitstamp chart, that would be a big place I would be looking for a bounce, because it's a golden pocket retracement of this entire move to the upside. Not the whole move, but just from this low to this low, or this low to this high. And not only is it the golden pocket retracement, but it's also that value area high. So not only are we looking for a bounce, but we also know what to expect if we break below the level and can't get back above. We're looking for a move down to the POC, which is likely where you will get some turbulence. Honestly, you are expecting to get to the value area low, but you have to remember that you are going to get some turbulence at that point of control. It's never, to be honest, guys, it doesn't usually play out this simply, right? Like, it's not like let me pull this macro range, and let me go ahead and turn off that level here, right? It's not always as simple as let me hide this box. It's not always as simple as coming up to the high, rejecting the high, and then going straight to the low. This happened beautifully. It doesn't always happen that quickly and that cleanly, right? Typically, it's very messy, right? Typically, you'll break down below the high, and then you'll bing bong around, you'll come down, you'll come up again. Maybe you even test the high again. Everyone thinks you're going to break out, and you reject again. You come up, down, and eventually you work your way down to the value area low. But that is not usually the case. Usually it's, that is usually the case. It's not usually this simple. So when we look down to these lower prices, if we break down, can't get back above, I would look for the next stop to be the POC at 23K even, and then eventually expect some turbulence and eventually come down to the low, which is also in perfect confluence with your 786 Fibonacci retracement level, the same fib pull we were just looking at this golden pocket on. Go ahead and pull I just pulled my fibs, guys. I don't know if you guys do some weird stuff in chat when I pull fibs. I don't like to look into it because, I don't know what you guys do. It's none of my business, but hey, I did pull a fib, so whatever you got to do, go ahead. Anyway, I think you guys play some kind of crazy game. I don't know. But, yeah, as we get that move, that's kind of what I would look at as we come down here. And I want you guys to realize and hopefully learn, just like what we were looking at between these volume profiles, right? This previous range. Right, just like we were looking at the context of this range and it giving us insight into where price was likely to go, we can do the same exact thing here, right? So when we get down there, hopefully you guys are as prepared as possible. So those are basically the main key levels that I am looking at to the downside, right? Next major level will be this golden pocket. And then, that's as low as I'm willing to go right now, even though, if we get some kind of crazy dump to the downside, maybe we just crash to zero. I don't know. But with that being said, guys, I do want to go ahead and pull up my cycle chart just briefly. Now, if you guys remember, when I put out mods, if one of the mods could share the link to my bull market confirmed video, like it was bull market confirmed ? I always have to clarify that. I would never just be like bull market confirmed because this one signal. That's not how it works. But if you guys could share that link, I would appreciate it. But if you watch my Is the Bull Market Confirmed video, you will know that I was talking about kind of where we were in the 4-year cycle and where how the rest of this bear market would likely look. And for the most part, as we were potentially looking for a move up to that 48 to 50K level, which, really isn't out of the question just yet, but is quickly becoming less and less likely. But it's still, in my opinion, not completely out of the question just yet. But kind of what I was talking about in that video was we're at the point, at least in the 4-year cycle, that things become kind of boring, right? We kind of get that bear market rally and then really history would show that this is typically the sideways, boring part of the bear market, which some people would call the worst part of the bear market. Like, the pain is exciting, at least for content, and then this pump was kind of exciting for content, but all this jibber-jabber, sideways, bing-bong, and back and forth is pretty boring, right? And I was talking about how this could be the slow, just back and forth accumulation. Maybe you get another high here, maybe you just kind of bing-bong around, maybe you get a pump up again, and then you come back down, and up until the halving, things are typically pretty boring up until the halving, right? If you come down here to 2019, 2020, you will see, talking about this in the premium Discord earlier, basically we were bing-bonging around between about $10K and $7,500 for over, 290-something days. We just basically got the bear market rally, came down a bit, and then just bing-bonged. It felt like we were stuck at these prices forever. Obviously, you get this panic wick on that special thing that happened in 2020. I think you all know what I'm talking about. But other than that panic wick here, which was a black swan event, if you negate that panic wick, it was basically a boring accumulation phase before the halving comes and a big bull market, right? And what better time to shake everybody out of the market than right before the bull market, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, I bought the bottom of the bull run, and then, or the bottom of the bear market, and then we rip up, and they're like, oh my God, 100K, and then everyone's like, oh my God, wait, hang on, maybe it's not another bull market. Oh my God. Oh wait, maybe 100K. Oh no, it's going to zero. Everyone was right. Crypto is dead. Shake everybody out. And then everybody panic sells or gets stopped out of their positions, and then bing bong right into the bull market. And if we are going to see something play out very similarly here, like I said, if you have not seen that video, definitely go check it out. It could be just kind of boringness. Even if we come up a little higher, or even down a little lower, what do we do here with that panic wick? We just put in a higher low before starting that bull market. And where did that higher low come in? If you pull your fib, here we go. Shout out to Pull That Fib. I will come to these super chats in just a second, guys. But if you pull your fib from the low of the 2018 bear market all the way up to the top of that bull market rally, where does I'll come up to the weekly chart just so we can see the candles a little bit better without zooming in. What happens, right? You come down, you bounce, you pull your fib, you get a nice significant bounce off the golden pocket, right? And then you come down and you put in a higher low. Sure, you wicked down, but you still did not break your bear market lows. You wick below the 786, but you close those weekly candles above that 786. So essentially, other than these wicks, this was a macro 786 retracement level before blasting off into the bull run. So are we going to see something similar happen here? I don't know, and neither does anybody else. But if it's going to play out somewhat similarly, maybe there's no black swan, and we just kind of go sideways. Maybe we come up a little bit and just, for the most part, bing-bong back and forth. But I would be careful of some kind of crazy dump, even if we come down to that 786. Let's pull that same fib level from the low all the way to the high. Where is that fib level? That 786 retracement's at about $19,000. You could imagine all the bears, this would be a perfect scenario. Now, this is not guaranteed. This is all very speculative, right? If we do get down to these levels, we have to reassess the situation. But if we did come down to that macro golden pocket, we could get a bounce off that level, which is, coincidentally right on that value area low of that range that we're looking at below us, which would be a place to look for a long, not only because it's a golden pocket, but also a value area low is typically where we look for longs. But maybe we get a bounce from there. But if we break this level, you could imagine at $19,000, all the people calling for 8K, 3K, 10K, 14K. Now, I'm not saying that's impossible. I'll be the first person to tell you. Anything can happen. I'm not saying that 8K is impossible or 10K is impossible or 14K is impossible. I am more of a believer that the bottom is in at 15.5. But as soon as the information comes up on the charts that would open up the door to get down to those lows, I will be the first person to let you know. But there's really no information on the chart as of right now for me to call for that, right? So as we get new information, we reassess the situation and find new targets. But as of right now, you could imagine everybody calling for zero. You can imagine what the sentiment would be if we were headed towards 19K. Oh my God, we're going to zero. 8K incoming. The Bulls are morons. We're going to zero. Ha ha. Everyone getting super emotional. The Twitter will become extremely toxic. And what better place to wreck all the Bears than the same place that they wrecked the Bears in 2020, right at that 786. Everyone thinks you're going to zero. I'm so glad I didn't buy in at the bottom. What people thought was the bottom. Those idiots bought the bottom here. They thought they were smart. I'm glad I waited. And then boom, you bounce off the 786 into the bull run. Absolute Bears getting absolutely wrecked, right? So what better place to do that in this cycle than the 786? Now, the market makers are probably watching this right now, so they're probably going to run it a little bit lower. So just be ready for that. But just kidding, guys. I don't think the whales watch our show, unfortunately. I like to think so, but probably not. Anyway, but yeah, that's just a potential possibility. And then again, just to hammer home the significance of that golden pocket, again, let's go down to a lower time frame. That lower right here, this lower range that we were looking at, right? We would look for support at that value area low. Golden pocket right underneath gives us plenty of room to deviate from that range, potentially get some bullish confirmations, and then get another move to the upside. And depending on how fast or slow that happens, it may look really exciting. We may get the bounce. We may come up to maybe the value area high, maybe even above more. And then you get the big move down, and that's where everyone calls for zero. And then especially, people are going to be looking at the 786 on a lower time frame thinking, oh, wait, oh, my God, we're breaking the 786. Oh, my God, it wicks down. Well, I wouldn't say it made a lower low, but even if it wicks below, people are like, here comes zero, and then you reclaim it. And then when you look at the weekly in hindsight, it's just going to be like 2 wicks and a closure above that 786, and it will be a clear 786 test before the halving. And to be honest with you guys, when you're looking at the cycles, pull up that cycle chart, like I said, just to put this in perspective, this is my cycle chart where I've broken down the halvings, previous bottoms, previous tops, the distance between the tops and the bottoms, the distance between the bear market bottoms, the halvings, everything is marked out on this chart. And if you look here, not that it has to happen exactly the same, but you can see we hit that 786 very, very shortly. We hit that 786 in March of 2020. And then what happened? What happened to the halving was coming up here in May. 2 months before the halving, you get that last little scare before coming into the massive bull run. We are getting pretty close here, guys. We are getting pretty close here. Ignore this fractal, guys. This is highly speculative. I don't want anyone thinking like, oh, my God, screenshot that. That's what's going to happen. Totally speculative, right? And this was also pulled and drawn in the with the idea being that was if we got to 48K. No, I would have to completely redo this. And pulling fractals like this is extremely speculative. But looking here, like the timing wouldn't be that bad, right? Like maybe we come down, right? Get a bounce off the golden pocket, and then you get another move down to the 786, like just kind of roughing it out. If something like that were to happen, 105 days, I mean, pretty dang close, right? Pretty dang close. So this would be, again, not saying this is going to happen December to April, so a little longer depending on how the price action played out, but we could be setting up to have something very, very, very similar happen. So just keep in mind, those are the levels we are looking at. So there you go, guys. That is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. As far as the short-term price action, I will say daily VWAP is starting to curve back up, but plenty of room to get rejected here, so I wouldn't really take that to the bank because we are very, very, very far away from getting that green dot, right? Take a look at the 12-hour, looking for the green dot here. 10-hour, 8-hour, printing a green dot. 6-hour, red dot, green dot confirmed. Take a look at the 4-hour. VWAP coming up. Just not really an environment that I am willing to really get into some serious trades. Like I said, I'm in a little bit of a more degenerate long position. It's very small. I was saying this earlier today. If I got liquidated on 11 or 12 or 15 or 20 of these trades, it would not hurt my account. It's a very, very, very risky trade that I'm in, but it's very low risk. If I got liquidated right now, I wouldn't even care. I would just literally laugh. I'm like, oh, that one didn't play out. I don't care. I don't even have a stop loss set on it, right? Because it's an amount of money that it's like all or nothing. It's high leverage, very little capital, basically a gamble. I don't recommend anyone trade like that unless you're experienced, right? Like I know the difference between when I gamble on a position and when I'm actually trading or using an actual strategy. So, yeah, not really interested. Really would like to come down to this golden pocket before looking for any real significant trades. If we don't come down to this golden pocket, I want to at least wait until we reclaim that value area low of the macro range, which again is coming in at about $26,178. If we can get back above that level and things start to look like they're rolling up, I will look to long potentially a higher low back to the high of the range. But right now, it's just a little bit too dicey of a situation. So there you go, guys. A little bit more macro stuff as there's really not enough development here for me to really do any legitimate analysis. So there you go. Just keeping the markets organized in regards to in the form of ranges is what I'm looking to say. All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, shout out to Alex O. Says Frank at the casino. Let's get it. All right, let me go ahead and cover these super chats really quickly, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. If we get 550 likes on tonight's stream, I will go ahead and spin that wheel 10 times. And yeah, we'll just wind up giving away the farm. I'm going to pop this Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. If you guys want to see me do TA on your altcoins, go ahead and spam them in the chat right now. Fire it away. And we'll go ahead and have Rob count up the votes and let us know which coins we are going to look at. All right, let's go ahead and let me just check on these super chats really, really quickly. I don't want to leave them. Shout out to Paintball for Life said, I think we're following Wall Street cheat sheet. Hey, shout out to Wall Street. Shout out to Paintball for Life. I appreciate that super chat, bro. Yeah, shout out to Dave Digital says, yesterday's stream was so revealing. Yeah. I'm not going to give too much attention to any of the chats regarding yesterday. I don't want to give it a lot of attention because I don't want to, I mean, it'll never happen again. It was my fault, right? Like, I should have known better. It was like that time. Never mind. Anyway, shout out to Dave Digital. Matt is a moon boy. I'll leave. Oh, God, Dave. Dave, you're killing me, bro. Let's see. I'm not going to give all these love, Dave. I'll give you love. I'll give you love, bro. I'm going to turn the first super chat into a $2, $4, $6, $8, $10 super chat. Dave, thank you for the $2 super chat. I just don't want to give this guy what he's looking for because he's definitely watching. I can guarantee you that. If I can't guarantee you guys anything, especially when it comes to the charts, one thing I can guarantee you is that the haters are always watching from afar. So I'm not going to give it love, but Dave, I love you to the bone, bro. And thank you for the $10 super chat. Let me just make sure none of them talking about greedy with the shorts. Okay, fine. That's one last one. Shout out to Dave. I love you, bro. I just don't want to give this guy attention, but shout out to you, bro. Always showing support to the channel. I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, bro. Thank you so much. Alex O, what is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you for tuning in, my dude. He says, thank you for your time, my man. Love you. Also, pull your fib. All right, hang on. Oh, wait. You don't stand up to pull your fib. I don't know why. Shout out to Alex O. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you so much. Yo, Dave says, after yesterday, I think you can say, you know, the March 2020 word. I'm still not gonna say it. But yeah, shout out to Dave. I appreciate you. Shout out to Jordan for just dropping a super sticker for $5. I appreciate that, bro. Just throwing a tip in that Starbucks tip jar, or when they hand you that thing that says it's gonna ask you a question before you pay. And it's like, how am I supposed to ask me a question? Just ask for a tip, dude. I'll give you a tip. Shout out to Starbucks. But anyway, guys, shout out to Dave Digital. One last one. He said, way to not get attention. Shout out to Dave. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. Let's see. Go back to the live chat. Shout out to Alex, says LFG. Shout out to Alex So Crypto. I appreciate you, bro. All right, let's see. Mickey Snelling in the house, along with Michael Snelling. They are not the same person. I've checked and confirmed. Dump to 20K. Felipe says dump to 20K. Shout out to Wolfman 8 My Crypto. What is going on, bro? And Hannah King, the female. No. Jessica's the female CandleMafia representative. Hannah, the CandleMafia princess. What is going on, Hannah? We appreciate you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Darren Does Things says tip in the Tony Two Fingers coffee tip jar. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Yeah, any tips for Tony would be appreciated. He's a hard worker for sure. Probably the hardest worker I know. We are surrounded by killers, though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I work with Ben and TJ, the two of the biggest killers ever. Talk about work ethic. So yeah, it's like funny. People will say, "Oh, Frank, you're the hardest working man in crypto," and I appreciate I totally appreciate that. It blows my mind that people say that, and I do really appreciate that. But knowing, I know Ben, so it makes me think oh God, you think I work? But where do you think I got it from, right? I like to if you think I work hard, you should see what Ben does. I mean, look at how many videos he puts out. So yeah, shout out to Ben and TJ. But yeah, Tony D, definitely one of the hardest workers I know. Definitely the hardest worker here at Frankie Candles, that's for sure. Shout out to Crimson's girlfriend in the chat. What is going on, Crimson's girlfriend? I wish I knew your name. I'd shout you out by name. But yeah, shout out to you. Thank you for getting that membership. We appreciate you. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see. BTC might go to 19.5 again this year. Ben, I hope so. Yo, shout out to Dave Digital. Says tip for Tony, get a real job. Shout out to Dave, and big shout out to Tony D. Dave, I love you, bro. You're funny, man. Dave Digital always does one thing. He always keeps us laughing. That's for sure. Let's see. No TA, just my dreams I've had. Shout out to Juanito. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's go ahead and take a look as did we ever spam the altcoins? Did the altcoins ever pop up here? I can't scroll up enough. But yeah, I'm sure they're counting up the votes and letting us know which ones to look at. We're going to start off with Ethereum, guys. Pulling up ETH or Ethereum, as your grandmother might call it. Let's go ahead and we'll take a look at this chart. Okay, so here we are. And, well, yeah. I don't remember if we did this yesterday or the day before, but really very, very, very similar setup here on Ethereum, right? So for ETH, oh, God, it's 1,000 degrees in here right now. With ETH, obviously, different chart, different asset, but very, very similar levels here, guys, because what we're looking at is if we lose these lows, this is your doorway to lower prices. Now, obviously, once we lost that level, we wicked right down to this level, which is the value area low. And this is kind of what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. If we go, let me pull up Bitcoin as well. Pull up Bitcoin over here. And I will go ahead and pull up, let's zoom out, right? And let's go to Bitstamp. And here we are. Right? So just like, let's come up to the daily, just like we have this old range right here, old consolidation right here. That is our next major area we're looking at for Bitcoin, right? At volume profile. Just like that, this is what I'm looking at on Ethereum, right? And just like on Bitcoin, if we lose this value area high, if we come down, lose this value area high, we'd look for a move down to the value area low. Ethereum essentially did that, right? We came down, we tested the value area high. Not only is it a value area high, but it is also a golden pocket. We came down, we lost it, shot right down to the value area low, right? Which was coming in at about 1540. Ethereum, was at 1540 yesterday. Absolutely insane. But there you go. You lost the value area high right to the value area low. And you might think to yourself, why didn't you bounce off the POC? Well, number one, it was a massive dump, very aggressive dump. You don't always respect those levels in volatile moves like that. However, your POC was in perfect confluence with the golden pocket, right? So you have the POC at the high end of your range in confluence with the golden pocket, and then your value area high here, right? So if we come back down, or if we continue, we are kind of holding this level right now. We came down. Ignore that wick, right? Or just try to ignore it. But we came down, we wicked back up, and we are now testing this level. So this is an important level because this is your doorway to lower prices. It already gave you those lower prices. However, sometimes people like to say, where it wicks, it goes, right? So I'm not guaranteeing we get back down there, but we now have context, or we have X-ray vision, and we know that even if we can't tell if we're going to get a move down here, we know that if we start losing this level decisively and we can't get back above it, we are likely to work our way down to the value area low. Again, coming in about 1540. So we're kind of dancing with fire here. We're playing with fire, dancing with the devil. I don't know what I'm saying. But, if you're bouncing around here, we do not want to. We are sitting at key support, and we lose it, can't get back above, looking for that big move down to 1540. So kind of simple here. That's like very kind of a cleaner chart than Bitcoin. So those are the next real key levels that I am looking at here, guys. For Ethereum, apocalyptic scenario, like we just looked at on Bitcoin on the cycle chart. Let's pull that fib down from the low here. Okay, that's not a fib. Rob, what happens to the game if I pull a fake fib, if I pull the wrong thing? What happens? Is that like a double whammy or something? I don't know. But yeah, if we pull from the low here, from the low to the high, right about here. That lower golden pocket, if we do wind up losing this entire value area, if we lose this blue box, come down to the value area low, and then lose the value area low, your golden pocket is sitting between about 1478 and about 1450, and that would be definitely a big level to watch. And then your 786 coming in down here at about 1300, but that's like the apocalyptic scenario, right? I'm not expecting this tonight, tomorrow, or the next day, right? That's kind of the apocalyptic scenario, but for the most part, these are the key levels to watch on Ethereum, hoping for a bounce here, but when looking at Market Cipher, I don't know if it's really looking that good. But again, like money flow starting to round off here, but nothing really that obvious. Is this a blood diamond? Like things are just kind of sketchy right now, to be honest with you. No blood diamond here. I don't know how that's not a blood diamond, but yeah. As far as Market Cipher, I'm really paying more attention to the key levels right now, just because when you get a big move like this, it's, sometimes Market Cipher B needs a little bit of time to kind of develop and give you a little bit more of a clear direction. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see. Shout out to Brock Landers. Thank you for being here, bro. Says, hey, Frankie, can you have a look at Solana? Brock, I got you, bro. I will take a look at Solana. No need to put that on the list. I'm not sure exactly who is doing it. I'm probably missed the chat. But I will go ahead and put Sol on my own personal list. I got you, my dude. I got you. Let me see. Also, shout out to Cybersplash. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you. And he says, hey, Frankie, can you take a look at the weekly DXY? Seems to be breaking out of a falling channel from February. What's your take? Yes, let's go ahead and take a look at the DXY. I actually want to take a look at the SPY as well. And then we'll go into the altcoins as I'm sure the votes have been in. Yeah, it was already on the... Oh, God, fire. Solana was already on the list. Shout out to chemistry.eth. Let's... yeah. WLD. Is that Wild World? Wilder World? But yeah, we'll check that out for you. Just to point out here before the super chats come flooding in, there is no guarantee if you super chat that we will definitely see the coin that you're asking for. We'd be here till 2 o'clock in the morning if that were the case. It's kind of the same old spiel. But I will try to look at them as much as I can. But I just don't want a million people super chatting. There's no way we can get to all of them. But I will try. But shout out to you guys. I do appreciate the super chats. But let's see. Okay, let's take a look at the DXY on the weekly time frame here. And we haven't really looked at the DXY, at least on the live, in quite some time. So I assume this is the falling channel that you are looking at, right? A little bada boom, a little bada bing. Here's the thing. We cannot forget, right, the weekly money flow on the DXY. This looks horrible for the DXY. It would technically be good for crypto. So as we are sitting in this falling channel, or descending channel, or dropping channel, whatever you want to call it, yeah, hitting resistance. You got the golden pocket right above you. I actually need to, let me see. Where is this even pulled from? I don't know. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm actually going to clean up some of this stuff here, guys, because these are pretty old levels. So let me get rid of some of this stuff. A little bada boom, little bada bing, little bing bong. Get rid of that. They'll have you thinking that divergences don't work on the DXY. I say differently. But to each his own. But, yeah, I do see the falling channel you were talking about. And here's the thing. Last time we looked at the DXY, we were looking at the weekly bullish divergence, right? As you have your momentum waves marching the way up with your price action making lower lows. This typically does warrant a big move or a somewhat of a significant move to the upside, which we have gotten. And with that kind of noted, I wouldn't expect this to give you a giant move. And the reason for that is money flow. The money flow on the DXY is absolutely coming out on the weekly. And we've taken a look at this on the channel before. If we go side by side with the DXY against Bitcoin, let me go ahead and pull that up. Bitstamp, pull up the weekly. And if we take a look here, right? Weekly. Okay. So if we take a look at the DXY against Bitcoin on the weekly, I want you to pay attention to the money flow, right? Look at the money flow crossover into the green here on the DXY. DXY comes up, money flow crosses over into the green. What happened to Bitcoin? Absolute nuke to the floor, right? What happens when money flow crosses into the red on the DXY? It breaks down. What happens? Can you see my cursor on both screens? As the DXY breaks down, Bitcoin absolutely rips into a bull market, right? Let's come back. Now what's happening? Money flow is about to cross back over into the red. So what can we expect? We can expect potentially that the DXY will melt down again, and potentially Bitcoin could wind up going into a parabolic bull run. But something to realize here is it doesn't happen instantly, right? You can see here as we got the money flow crossover on the DXY in June of 2020. Let's go back to June 2020. Right about here, right? What was happening? We kind of just bing-bonged around a little bit, right? We bing-bonged around. Let's see. Where's June? Yeah, June 2020. Yeah, for like 98 days, we basically went sideways, right, before starting the absolute parabolic bull run. So it's not that once this crosses over into the red, it's going to be instant bull run. We still could have quite a few months of sideways, boring, oscillating, up and down, random accumulation zone before the bull run would begin, right? Which would give us time to reach that halving, which usually kicks off the bull run, right? Causes the supply shock. Or at least that's the theory, right? I know some people think it's not correlated. They think it's all just tied to the bull markets in the stock market or what have you. There's tons of different theories out there. But, if you're going by the typical 4-year cycle and by the typical laws of the 4-year cycle, that's what you would look at, right? So money flow coming out on the DXY. Let me go back to our full screen here. Money flow coming out on the weekly for the DXY. So as we see this bullish divergence forming, sure, it did wind up giving you a bounce to the upside. However, I wouldn't expect this to be something super like this bullish divergence on the weekly, which was in March of 2018, which was the bear market for Bitcoin, right? Money flow crosses into the green on the DXY, bear market for Bitcoin. DXY goes up, and then money flow comes out, looking for price to break down. So I'm not looking for this, at least on a technical level, right? If things can happen fundamentally or macroeconomically, to get the DXY to rip for many different reasons, but on a technical level, you wouldn't really, in general, just looking at the charts, expect this to give you a big move up because the money flow is fighting against you. Now, if money flow was coming up, that wasn't really a divergence, but if money flow was coming up on this divergence, I'd be very, 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 very concerned for Bitcoin, but money flow is coming out. So, yeah, looking for this money flow crossover into the red. That could cause a very, very big pump on Bitcoin. Somebody clip it. But if we're wrong, then delete the clip. Don't save it if we're wrong. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. We're wrong sometimes. It's okay. Just joking. Shout out to Dave. Said, shout out to Dave. He says, if Shock starts the bull run, we are in full bull. Yo, yes, Dave, 100%. He's not talking about a supply shock. Shout out to Dave Digital. Too funny. Sorry. It's okay, Dave. That one was funny. It was disconnected enough to be funny. Let's see. But yeah. So there you go. No guarantees, right? This money flow could come back up into a second green wave, right? So there's no guarantees, but typically and historically, every time, I don't even know if we could backtest it further, but every time the money flow crosses over into the red, it's typically good for crypto. All right, there we go. Altcoin votes are in. Let's go ahead and pin that for me. Thank you so much for that, Rob. I appreciate you. Shout out to Satoshi Glockamoto. Let's get it, bro. And yeah, shout out to Jessica. I'm still out of the loop on what happened, Jessica. You got banned by YouTube? Like YouTube got you down? Like they were just like, hey, you can't come back to Frankie Candles? God, I'm going to have to talk to our YouTube rep and tell him, hey, you can't ban Jessica. That's a big part of the mafia. Can't be banning her, okay? Hey, shout out to Cybersplash. Says, thank you for your analysis, sir. I appreciate the super chat, bro. Not a problem. And I do appreciate the super chat. It helps me see the chat, but Cybersplash, I do it for you free all day long. But I appreciate you so much. And that's what we're looking at the DXY. I think this was needed anyway. So thank you for saying that because I wanted to look at the DXY. The SPY also, guys, I did want to take a look at this. We have not looked at this in quite some time, at least on the live stream. But let me get rid of some of these drawings. Boom, boom. Whoops, bring those back. So here we are, right? Let's come down to the daily. Obviously, the SPY was on quite the tear here, absolutely skyrocketing. And it got a pretty big cool off here starting, I guess we peaked out in the end of July. But we are approaching support here, guys. We are approaching some structural support. This has been support in the past. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed to hold. But hopefully, we can get a bounce here on the SPY. We also have a green dot looking to print on the daily. At some point here, if that VWAP continues to come up, we could see a continued bounce here, or not a continued bounce. We could see the start of a bounce on the SPY. But money flow still kind of looking nasty here on the daily. 16-hour looking pretty nasty. 8-hour coming out. 6-hour in the red. 4-hour in the red. Not looking the best as far as money flow goes. Weekly money flow not looking too horrible. But yeah, coming down to support. Looking for a potential bounce at the beginning of next week. That is your 786 retracement. So this would be where a lower high would come in if we are going to get a big dump here on the SPY, guys, which at least in recent history, or for the most part, the SPY, when it does well, typically Bitcoin will follow suit or vice versa, but that could break at any point here. So we did hit that 786 Fibonacci retracement level, could see this as a lower high and a continuation to the downside to potentially put in a new macro low, right? So we might be able to break these lows down here from back in October of 2022. So that just would be a good place for that lower high to come in, but we're very, very, very long way away from there as far as time goes, in my opinion, unless you get some kind of mega nuke to the floor instantly. So there you go. But let's go ahead and jump on into the altcoins here. 657 people in here. I think we can get to that 550 like goal pretty easily. We're already at 300. So yeah, smash up that like button if you like puppies. All right. Shout out to Cybersplash. Says, I appreciate you too, bro. We all do. Shout out to Cybersplash. Cybersplash that like button. I don't know what that means. Take your Aztec and Cactus Moss Water and just splash that like button a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. Wayne C said, you were shocking. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. The altcoins for tonight are ETH, DXY, Solana, XRP, Matic, and I think it's Wilder. Is this Wilder World? I think it is. Oh, no, World. Oh, that's WorldCoin. Gotcha. What is Wilder World? It's just Wild. Okay. I knew it was something similar. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. We took a look at ETH. We took a look at the DXY. Let's go ahead and take a look at Solana, or Solano, as James Kramer would say. Shout out to James Kramer. All right, so here we are on Solana. It's going to 0. All right, let's move on to XRP. I'm just kidding, guys. Did you watch my Sunday Sauce video on Solana? Not that it's a guarantee that it's not going to 0, but, they are building. They're building in the bear market, guys. Shout out to Dave Digital, says, Frankie, big puppies or little puppies? Little puppies. Well, big puppies too. We'll say grande puppies. I'll say grande puppies. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yo, bro, Dave Digital with the super chats tonight. I appreciate you so much, bro. Let's see. Puppies are the best. Better than the astrology last night. Well, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Okay, so let's go ahead and Ken Corso. Let's go. Jessica, you have a Ken Corso? That's fire. All right. Dave, I would say I would just say Dave-sized. Dave Digital-sized puppies is what I would say, Dave. Catch my drift. Anyway, here we go. Solana putting in a potential 2-hour bullish divergence, printing right now. Not potential. It is here. Whether it plays out or not would be potential. But you are getting that 2-hour bull div. Could see a little bit of a bounce here. I would be careful of this being an absolute moonshot to the sky, I should say. I would be careful of rejections here because, money flow is kind of iffy here on the 2-hour. Let's check the 4-hour. 4-hour, you have a pretty young money flow crossover into the red. This could give you some more downside, but locally, I will. 1-hour bull div confirmed. You could see a little bit of a push up here locally, guys. Now, if we do move up locally, I would be looking at I would look, if you could get this bull div, this 1-hour bull div, 2-hour bull div, 3-hour bull div, 4-hour, not printing it quite. But if these 1, 2, and 3-hour bull divs wind up giving you a move up, I would be looking for a potential reclaim of this value area low. Coming in at about 21.41. If we get that move and we bounce on that value area low, we could look to take this up potentially. I would look for strong resistance at this Fibonacci retracement level / point of control confluence. So if we get into this purple box, I would be a little cautious. You are expecting to eventually get to the value area high. However, your POC 786 golden pocket in the same area like this would be somewhat concerning if you approach it on that long position. Wouldn't be a bad place to lock in profits potentially. Not financial advice. That's just what I would do. And then if you get above that level, I would anticipate a move to this value area high coming in at 22.17. However, I don't know how much higher you're going to go because of that fresh 4-hour money flow crossover into the red. And if we go ahead and pull this Fibonacci retracement right here, you do have your next golden pocket retracement coming in perfect, not perfect, but pretty close confluence with that with that value area high. So these are kind of the two levels I would be looking. I am not entering this trade. Full transparency, I am not taking this trade. But this is not a trade signal. You should not take this trade. You should not copy trade anybody, no matter who they are. But if I were going to take a trade here, again, I'm not being like clever here. I literally am not taking this trade. But if I were, I would be looking potentially to take profit. 1.3%. It would be a scalp, guys. It would be a scalp, hoping for maybe a 3% move. But I would probably be taking profits at this POC golden pocket area as well as the value area high for a full move of about 3.36%. And then maybe you can hold a moon bag for higher. Maybe you hit the 786. Who knows? But I would be very, very careful here. Like I said, I'm not very interested in any real big trades here. I would like to see more development of this price action before making a decision. But if I were to take this just based off the bull div on the 1 hour, this is kind of where I would expect the bounce to go to before rolling back over. Either this purple box or this purple box. First one coming in at 21.71 and the second one coming in at 22.15. So, but again, that's just based off the 1 hour bull div. That's like, there's no real confluence here, right? Like you take a look at the 4 hour, there's no green dot. Take a look at the 12 hour money flow kind of coming up, but the VWAP is coming down. You could be looking at this as somewhat of a, come on mouse, get with it. You could be looking at this as some kind of a bear pennant. You are hitting key resistance, so I wouldn't expect to move up until you reclaim this value area low at 21.45. But that's kind of what I would look for if you do get that bounce. Wouldn't expect it to go much higher than this. Again, not very many confirmations here. Looking for a green dot on the 8 hour, checking that 30-minute money flow. Yeah, it's not like that 8 hour green dot's about to print and your money flow in the 30 minutes like about to cross into the green. We just don't simply have that. So I would be very careful with this being a lackluster bounce. But that's what I would look for. I'm going to actually delete this because I wouldn't take that trade. So I'm not going to leave it up there. Because I don't want people thinking that I'm throwing hints at them because I'm not. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. That was not one of those cases. I will be very obvious if that ever happens. All right, let's continue on here. Let's see. Trying to find that market cipher indicator. Who's the author? Shout out to Seeker. If you check the link in the description down below, we have a discount code for market cipher. I think you could save either 20 or maybe even 40% if you stack coupons or discount codes. But you could save at least save some kind of money with our code down below. We are sponsored by Market Cipher. To be clear, I've used Market Cipher for 4 or 5-ish years without a sponsorship, right? We just recently got sponsored by CryptoFace. I've been using Market Cipher since years before I had a YouTube channel or even thought I would ever have a YouTube channel. So it's not just like I'm using it because we're sponsored. I've been using this indicator for years. It's actually mind-blowing that CryptoFace even sponsors us. It's full circle for me. I never thought I would ever know who CryptoFace was. Now I've met him multiple times. He knows who we are. He comes up in chat. It's insane. So there you go. Sponsored by Market Cipher. And the reason for that is because it's a main part of my analysis. It's not some kind of just throw it up there and, just for the sponsorship. I absolutely use this every single day. It's a main part of my analysis. So anyway, let's go ahead and check out XRP as XRP got absolutely demolished, guys. It does look kind of bear pennant-y here. I'm not gonna lie. Again, not the biggest pattern trader, but that doesn't mean that patterns don't play out, right? I just don't trade solely based off patterns, right? But doesn't mean you can't. But this does look some kind of bear pennant. If this breaks down, let's talk about the support underneath us, and let's actually talk about how we actually got here. So, taking a look here, this is not the. This is the XRP chart we want to look at. So we took a look at this on the BitBoy Crypto channel earlier today. Let me get that volume profile back. But yeah, we looked at this on the BitBoy Crypto stream earlier. As you guys know, we were holding support for the most part on top of this value area low. And as long as we held support on this level, we could have anticipated a move back up higher into this range, potentially targeting our POC coming in at 83 cents. Now, we got a little bit of support, right? We did get support there. We deviated away from the range. We put in the 4-hour bull div. Everyone was super bearish here, right? We were looking for a bounce. We got a little bit of a bounce. However, we came back down, and we could not hold the level. But once we lost this level, we were looking down to this second blue box. Why this blue box? Well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, this first blue box is your golden pocket retracement. 786 retracement coming in right here at this blue box, obviously. But you also have your value area high of the range that we broke out of, right? So that is another big reason why this blue box was here. 786 value area high confluence, and that was going to be our next level. We would be looking for bounces. Obviously, yesterday was an absolute catastrophic meltdown, so we lost the level. But why are these levels so important? Looking at these volume-derived levels, guys, not only did we talk about how this would be a decent place to get a bounce from, but we were talking about how simply, like we always talk about the volume profiles, and just like any volume profile on any asset you look at, we have context into what would happen if we lost this level because it's a value area high. If we lost this level, we would be looking to have price come down to the POC and potentially down to the value area low. And where did price go? Well, let me move this actually back a little bit because the value areas move, obviously. So where are you? Well, let me unextend this to the right. Bada boom, bada bing. And yeah, so like when we were sitting here, I mean, still, that value area low is right here. And we lost the value area high. You expect to move to the POC, and we basically just shot right to the value area low. But again, the importance of looking at these volume levels, they are respected, guys. They are respected. So there you go. As of right now, I will say we have been decisively, I can actually go ahead and move this, make that a little bit of a smaller level, now turn it to resistance. We have now been accepted into this area of balance, or simply put, this range, right? We are now within this range, and we've lost the high. We've come to the POC. We didn't quite hit the value area low, but as long as we remain below this value area high at about 55.7, right, 0.557 cents, if we remain below this level, I would be looking to just treat this as a sideways range. If we can't get back above the high, we look for a move down to the POC. If you lose the POC, you look for a move back down to the value area low. Value area low coming in at about 41 cents. So those are the key levels I would be looking at on XRP. We'll take a look at the indicators in just a second. Yeah, take a look at the daily. Daily VWAP kind of trying to roll back up, but too soon to take anything really. A little too early to take anything away from the daily, but the VWAP is curving up. That could be taken as somewhat of a good sign. 10-hour green dot is confirmed. Starting to get a little bit of a green candle there. Take a look at the 4-hour, 5-hour. VWAPs are above the 0 line. I don't know. This does look like bearish consolidation in my opinion. But money flow crossing over on the 24-minute. 30-minute, looking for the red dot, but money flow creeping up. 15-minute, money flow in the green. So let's see, 24 and 30-minute money flow coming up. Your 8-hour is, yeah, green dot confirmed. I would just be treating this as a sideways range, guys. Things are very hard to read right now when you get crazy price action like this. It's very hard to do that local TA. But these are definitely the levels I would be looking at. Like critical support right underneath you, or main support underneath you right now is 46 cents, which is the point of control of your range. Your critical resistance is going to be 55 cents, 0.557. And I wouldn't be expecting any moves to the upside until we break that value area high. And wouldn't be expecting a move to the value area low until you break the POC. But essentially just looking to potentially respect this range until we break the high or the low. So we could find balance again within this range between 55 and 41 cents. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Okay, shout out to Ben, says, I've been shorting on the way down since the XRP pump. Shout out to Ben. Let's go, bro. Good for you. Nice work. Let's see. There's a blood diamond on Ethereum monthly chart. Sorry, Rob. I hold a lot of ETH, too. Brian Varney, dude. You're not supposed to say there's bearish signs on our favorite coins, bro. I'm just kidding, man. But, yeah, let's go ahead and check that out. Let's take a look at ETH on the monthly chart. There it is in all of its glory. Yeah, blood diamond on the monthly. This would be concerning for sure. And here's the thing. If you go to Bitcoin and you're looking at the monthly chart, we are looking for a red dot on the monthly as well. It's kind of hard to, let's go to the Bitstamp chart real quick. At this point in the cycle, I mean, there you go. Blood diamond on the monthly on Bitcoin. Could we be gearing up for a black swan? Potentially. Flat Smack says, looking bearish based on its dumping. Shout out to Flat Smack. But yeah. Blood diamond on the monthly for Bitcoin have literally happened on that monthly candle of the March 2020 panic wick. So it's really kind of, yeah, like you get that bear market rally, and then the monthly red dot prints, it kind of ends up, you get a move down, but it's basically just consolidation for the most part when you zoom out. Blood diamond prints, black swan, bull market, right? So could we see something similar happen here? I'll be honest with you. This could be a blood diamond on Bitcoin as well. Once this VWAP crosses over, and let me get a closer look at this. Like, where is this? Yeah, once this VWAP crosses over into below the zero line and prints that red dot, this is a small enough trigger wave to get a blood diamond to print. So we could see something similar. Are we going to get a black swan event to bring us down to that 786, or potentially even something crazier? You know, maybe you do come down to those 10 to 14K levels. Again, I'm not calling for that. As of right now, it does still look like 15.5 would be the bottom, but if we do wind up getting some kind of black swan, obviously that could step on the TA, but you know, we could have something like that happen. If that blood diamond pops up on the monthly, it would be something to be looking at. But, you know, just take that for what it's worth. Like looking at ETH again, you know, that blood diamond on the monthly could wind up being, you know, could give you a pretty big move. I mean, on Bitcoin, it gave you a, let's measure it. Let's see, what did that bring you down? 59, almost 60%. That would be a bloodbath. So 60%, I mean, just by the nature of Ethereum being a lower cap coin, you would expect that to be probably a little bit more brutal. So what would 60%? Ooh, 60% would bring you down to a new low of about $700, which was on our list. That was one of the targets we were looking for down here at about 721. We still have the level there, which was kind of like one of those apocalyptic situations for Ethereum. But we never hit it on our first, you know, dump to the downside. But yeah, I'm not out of that. I mean, again, the bottom does look like it is likely in, but if that monthly, just based off of, you know, again, just because it played out to 60% on Bitcoin doesn't mean that it's going to play out 60% on ETH. But a 60% dump on that monthly blood diamond would bring you down to that 720 level, which would be one of those levels we were looking at. Or not 720, but 770 was the level we had. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to predict that stuff. I would say this. I mean, if you're looking at this as a range here, let me go ahead and pull this back to here. You know, if you get back below this value area low, 1050s, I mean, below this value area high, 1050s your value area low. Kind of worrisome. We'll have to see what happens here. But yeah, we don't really have much to go off of as far as the monthly blood diamonds. We do know one thing. It was very, very bad for Bitcoin during the March 2020 dump. So we'll have to see. Definitely not a good look in the long term. But again, not much to go off of. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. FTX collapsed the market to 700. Oh, yeah. Wait, hang on. Let's go back to ETH. Where is it popping up? There it is. Yeah. So, well, yeah. 885. 885 was the low. We'll have to see what happens. I'm actually kind of interested. Let's see. Crypto Infinity. Let's pull it up. Crypto Infinity is asking, did we ever fill the gap at 19.5? Well, I don't think so. Let's see. Yeah, no. 19.5, where is it at? Where is it at? Well, let me get off the monthly. Jeez. All right. There we go. Let's see. I'll pull up a little higher time frame. Come on, this thing is usually so good. I think you got to be on the daily. Yeah, no, I mean, here's the thing with the CME gaps, guys. Like, the CME gaps, they fill more often than they don't, but they're not guaranteed. It's a very, very high percentage of them that get filled. But, you know, sometimes they just don't get filled, right? Like, let's see. Where do we have a CME gap down here? I don't know if this indicator will pull back this far. But, yeah, you got all CME gaps down here. They don't always get filled is kind of the point here, right? I'm not going to spend too much time zooming into all the candles to find every single CME gap, but they don't always get filled. I think a lot of people are under the impression that they 100% always get filled, and that is simply just not the case. But it doesn't mean that you can't fill it, right? Like 19.5 is like definitely not like crazy for us to fill, and another reason why that might be a likely place for price to go is where were we just talking about that 786 being at about 19K even. Maybe you come down, you have a like this CME gap right here was at 19.5. Well, we did fill the one at 19.5, but we have this one down here at about like 20K essentially right here. So you have your CME gap at 20K. The 19.5 got filled by this wick. But this one is still not filled. So we could come down, tap that, fill that CME gap at 20K, get a wick down to the 786. Everyone calls for 0, and then it just skirts back to the upside. Yeah, the actual CME gaps. I use the indicator just because it's easy to spot. But if you guys are interested, if you want to find the actual Bitcoin CME gaps, you just type in BTC. You can go to futures or just type in BTC CME and click on this chart here, and you can actually see the physical gaps. So the reason, if you guys don't know, the reason that there's gaps on the CME chart is because Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME, is where a lot of the big money trades, right? And it's not open on the weekends. Like the stock market, it closes, right? So but crypto never stops, right? Crypto's 24/7, but when this exchange closes, it leaves time for price to move without that exchange being open, and that's why these gaps are created. So if you ever look at a stock chart, if you've only been in crypto and you start looking at stocks for some reason, you notice there's these gaps. It's because the market closes and there's no and then you have gap ups and gap downs in the stock market. But for the CME gaps, it's closed, right? Friday, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, my mouse is glitching. But yeah, those weekends are closed, so that's what creates the gap. Bitcoin trades over the weekend, but that gap is created, and a lot of times, more often than not, I forget the actual, I forgot the actual percentages, but more often than not, they do come down to fill. It's some kind of like very high percentage. It's not as high as most people think, though. But there you go. This was the one that was at 19.5. This was filled. I mean, you could see like the body of this candle, like filled with this wick perfectly. So there you go. But now you have this gap right here, right at around 20,000, right? Pretty close to 20K. So that would be the gap that would have to be filled. We could fill this gap right here up to about 27K. But just understand, guys, you can't just like see this and be like, oh my God, I'm going to long because this is definitely going to close the CME gap. It is more often than not they're filled, but it's not guaranteed. So just remember that. We could easily dump and then come back up to fill this later on. So there you go. But where's this wick at? 27,450. That would be a level to watch. But yeah, so we could come down to fill that CME gap down here potentially. But let's see. Pal said, why are we back to come gap 34.5? Yeah, we also have one up here at 34.5. There it is, right there in all of its glory. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Oh, Jessica's getting blocked. Oh, no. What is going on? Okay. Anyway, thank you, mods, for doing such a great job. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's see. All right, XRP, let's take a look at Matic, and then we will take a look at WorldCoin. All right, let's see. Matic Binance, let's take a look. Let's get rid of the CME indicator. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I mean, this is a free indicator on TradingView. If you just type in CME, I use the one right here by Anchi, I guess. This is the one I use. It'll let you pull up the CME gaps on whatever chart you have your TA on. I don't do my TA on the CME chart. But if you want to see the CME, where the CME gaps are without having to, go back to the CME chart, you could use this. It's free. I'm unaffiliated. I just use it. But anyway, let's see here. Taking a look at the daily. Green dot looking to print on Matic as we sit. I mean, very similar to a lot of this other stuff. We are sitting right below the value area low. And this is, I mean, let's pull this back to yesterday before the dump, right? Like that level is still there, right? So what are we expecting? We talk about this constantly. Value area high. What happens when you can't get back above this level? You get a move to the POC. What happens when you lose the POC? You're looking for a move to the value area low. And although, like when you lose the value area high, I say this all the time, you're automatically saying if we get accepted below here and we can't get back above, we're expecting to fill the whole gap down to the value area low. But you have to expect some kind of turbulence on the POC. So I just never want anyone to get it twisted. You can get turbulence here, but once you lose the value area high decisively, you are expecting to come to the low, but it just never happens that easily, or oftentimes it doesn't happen that easily. So again, just shout out to the volume profile. Unbelievable. Anyway, but as we sit here below our value area low, obviously we do not want to get overly bearish at support like this, as we always say. You don't want to get hyper bearish at support. You don't want to short support, right? But daily VWAP is rolling up. That will give us an opportunity to get back up above this value area low and potentially move into some of these levels. But the levels of resistance, again, what I would be looking at here, guys, looking at the higher time frames, like look at that 3-day money flow in the red coming straight out. That is a little bit more bearish looking. Red dot confirmed on your 6-day. Weekly red dot also confirmed. What I would look for here on a lot, we looked at this last night, on a lot of the altcoins, guys, the higher time frames are what to be looking at, right? Because as we put this lower low in on our price action, we are potentially printing higher lows on the momentum waves. And if we do that, we could potentially get bullish divergences on the higher time frames, which could mark significant bottoms on the alts. So keep that in mind. Now, if we pull this fib all the way back here from June 2022 to the high, yeah, we are basically getting that 786 retracement. So, not possible to get bounces here in the short term, guys. But I would just be very, very careful with the way some of the higher time frames look. If we do get a bounce to come in here for Matic as we push up, I would be looking. Yeah, I guess we looked at Matic yesterday. I would be looking at this golden pocket. Levels remain the same as yesterday. Golden pocket retracement sitting here at about 0.62 cents. 0.62 cents. 62 cents. And yeah, if we get above that value area low and we do continue up, I would look for a rejection here. I would also look for a rejection at the 786 point of control confluence right here. And as you guys know, sometimes price likes to come up here, reject that POC before coming down to make new lows. But I guess more locally, you could also keep an eye on this fib level. But, with the green dot on the daily, I don't know if you'll reject those levels. These are kind of the main levels I would be looking at. So there you go. There is Matic, or as James Cramer would call it, Matic. 631 people in here, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button to get 10 spins on that Wheel of Pain and Pleasure to give away all of Frankie Candle's money. We're going to have to take some weeks off the giveaways, guys. I'm going broke, legitimately. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Frankie, are we going to zero? Shout out to Metabice. I think so, bro. I think so. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Shout out to the boldest crypto says, Frankie, you need to bring back the Wheel of Fortune from way back, following all videos since the beginning. You guys are too badass. Shout out to the boldest crypto. Yeah, we actually used to have back in the day, guys, which is crazy that I could even say back in the day. I feel like I started this channel yesterday. But we used to have a physical wheel, which we may reincorporate. But I'm giving Tony D an opportunity. Not an opportunity. I'm giving him time to potentially build a really, really, really cool set piece for the stream, which will be maybe a physical wheel, but one that is way, way better than the one that we had, for sure. If Tony D is making it, it's going to have a lot of bells and whistles, that's for sure. All right, let's continue on. Ruade, hey, yo, let's go. Shout out to Ruade. He says, we're not going to zero. We're going to 10 cents. That's probably true. Tony D said, I can do it. Let's see. Yeah, Wayne C says, how does Frankie concentrate on the charts with all this chat going on? I'll be honest with you, bro. It's kind of hard. Some days, I do get stuck in chat a lot, and I have to focus. I have to, refocus myself because I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of the fun back there, but I got to dish out the sauce. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's take a look at our last altcoin, which is going to be WLD, or WorldCoin. Here we go. How do you guys? Let me know. How do you guys feel about WorldCoin? Where they're scanning people's eyeballs and stuff. It's kind of crazy. I've already given my eyes to the TSA for to cut the line at security at the airport. But hey, I don't have to wait in line. They might be able to clone me and whatever. But whatever. I don't have to wait in line at the airport. And fun tip: if you're thinking about using Clear to cut the line at the airport, I wouldn't even recommend doing it because the last few times I went to the airport, the line at Clear was longer than the actual security line because they give free trials. So there's literally no barrier to entry. They would just do like a free trial and then you cancel it. So literally it's free to try to cut the line. They basically just open up another area where everyone can get online. It's kind of stupid. So anyway, so now they're going to come out with Clearer, which is going to be you will have to pay to get in there. And then eventually they'll do free trials and it's basically a waste. All right, let's continue on here. Taking a look at WorldCoin. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Let's see. This guy says scam. I don't know if he's talking about me or if he's talking about WorldCoin. Maybe it is a scam. It's actually funny. Before I continue on, I do want to say it's so funny. Somebody commented on one of my videos, the last Sunday Sauce video I did, and it was like, oh, God, this guy scamming his own followers. On the video about whatever coin it was, I think it was Injective Protocol. It's like literally just an informative video about what Injective is and how many you would have to own to be a millionaire. Like, I don't know if people think like, listen, like I do okay, but like I don't have enough money to move the market, right? Like people think that I'm it's just weird. They're like, this guy's scamming his own audience. Like, I wonder, I don't know what these people think the scam is. Like, what do you think it is? Like, do you think I'm the creator of INJ and I'm shilling my own coins? But yeah, I don't even own INJ right now. I will own it. I plan on buying it, but I right now don't own any. So I don't know where people think the scam is. It's like I don't know. This is just an informational video. I don't know how that's a scam. It's not like I told you to buy, hey guys, I came out with a new scam coin. Like, very, very strange. It's like weird that people say that. Like, you obviously want to be wary of scams in crypto, but like, it's like, hey guys, this is a bullish divergence. And people are like, this guy scams his audience. It's like, what? It's like literally will never happen, ever. Like, I'm a real person, guys. I'm not just like some fictional character. Not you guys, but it's usually people that don't actually watch the channel. But yeah, like it's just weird. Like, if it was one thing if I came out with my own coin or something. But like I don't have enough money to manipulate INJ. I don't have like people are crazy. Anyway, shout out to that guy. But I don't know if the guy in chat may be calling WorldCoin a scam. I have no idea. Anyway, I just think it's funny because it's like that video had nothing to do. It's like it's an informative video. And people just call everything a scam. It's wild. But those people will miss. Like, you got to be cautious of scams. Like, that's never a bad idea. But you have to understand that, like, people who just think everything's a scam, like, they miss so much opportunity. Like, you have to take a risk in life sometimes to get ahead, right? But anyway, I just thought that was funny. Anyway, here we go. Take a look at WorldCoin. Ooh, I actually don't hate the structure here. Take a look at the 2 hour. Shout out to PHX, or as some people call him, Fix. It says, Frankie, you are great for the future and present of cryptoners. Shout out to PHX. I appreciate that. But let's see. Yeah, sponsored by Volume Profiles, a free tool on TradingView. Yeah, it's too funny. Yeah, shout out to Steven. Said, yo, this dude is funny. Shout out to Steven. We actually rap about you in the waiting room music. If you guys know that song, he goes, shout out to Steve. Something to something to something. I don't know who Steve is, but Steve, we're going to make you Steve. So when you hear that song on Monday's stream when you're tuning in, because you'll be here, right? I know you will. Hopefully you will be. When you're in the waiting room, it'll say, shout out to Steve, and then you're that Steve. So shout out to you, bro. He's venting right now. Yes. Shout out to Steve. And now I'm not going to be able to say shout out to Steve without saying it like that guy in the rap. Shout out to Steve. Anyway, here we go. Taking a look here. 2 hour. VWAP above the zero line. Money flow is starting to come up. I would be careful with that. You're probably going to cool off before you get a significant move if I had to guess. Yeah, VWAP kind of just extended there on the 4 hour. Take a look at the daily. Nah, no information on the daily. 12-hour green dot confirmed. Money flow is coming up. That is somewhat of a good sign. Let's 16-hour. Yeah. See the 30-minute money flow crossover into the green. 8-hour green dot confirmed. This looks ugly. Not ugly as in bearish, just ugly as in kind of hard to read. Let's see. 6-hour rolling up. I mean, I would be careful of a cool-off here. Your 2-hour VWAP's likely to cool off here. 1-hour VWAP's a little indecisive. Money flow looks like it wants to continue up, but I would be careful of local pullbacks. Mosswater for the win. Shout out to Pro Tip. You guys are hilarious. I can't do it. But anyway, we'll get back to that. Yeah, I would be careful of a cool off here. I would pull this somewhat of a local range. Yeah, you are holding that value area high. Listen, this does look like it wants to continue up, if I had to say. Like, money flow generally coming up. Kind of a sketchy market. I would be careful in this environment, just because it could be a little bit unpredictable. But I would, if I had to take a guess here, I would look for, once this candle decides to reverse or whatever we wind up topping out here, I would look for a cool off and then a continuation up, just because some of these VWAPs are overheated on the lower time frames. So I would just be careful. But I'll give you the levels here. The TA or the indicators are a little bit washed out right now just because of the environment right now. I mean, yeah. But let's see. Let's pull a fib from the low to the high. And let me pull, oh, God, there's like nothing to pull a range on here either. Yeah, I mean, this is somewhat, this does look like this was bullish consolidation, right? It does look like a pennant. Bada boom, bada bing, right? So with this, if that were to break out to the measured move, this could potentially bring you back up to these highs. So I will actually go ahead and pull this range right here. And actually unextend this. Boom. So, yeah, I would actually be looking at, kind of this whole range as resistance. I don't know if you're going to get that big move all the way up there. You do kind of have you could argue, speaking of patterns, I don't know, maybe like a little bit of a wonky head and shoulders. Let's see what that wonky, just kind of a sketch measured move here. But, very similar target. Again, not a big pattern guy, but both of those patterns, for the most part, if that is a legitimate head and shoulders, I wouldn't really call it that. But, it is interesting that it does come to a close measured move as the pennant. But let me pull up the VPVR. I want to see where the gaps are on this thing. Yeah, if you push up, if you break this $1.63, probably going to be a quick move up to about $1.70. So, yeah, I would I'll actually put this as a level. This is, low volume here. Low volume. I'll even make this a box. Bada boom. Neutral. Look, this is, so if you work your way up here on WorldCoin, your volume basically falls off, right? You have your high volume node here. Next high volume node or highest volume node is right there. Other than that, pretty big gap. Even throughout all this, like this whole thing is a pretty dead gap of volume. But you really have a goose egg right here. So, yeah. I would look for, if you can hold above this high volume node, I would look to potentially work your way up into this white box. Quick move up here on your journey to potentially test this this previous range, this previous value area low at about $1.77. But yeah, that's what I would be looking at on WorldCoin. Volume essentially starts falling off pretty aggressively. Like really your next, I would expect real resistance to start coming in right here. At about $1.68. So there you go. That is WorldCoin. Pretty quick and dirty on that one. Yeah, that's what I would watch. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Sudeep. Says, can you figure out who that guy was yesterday? Say, people put a lot of information on the internet, and I think they don't know that it's there. We'll just say that. Anyway, let's see. No way. Dylan King says, Frankie, I'm getting the tattoo as we speak. Hey, Dylan, why don't you send that in Discord? I'll pull it up live right now. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, shout out to Dylan. I have to tell you, don't get the tattoo, man. I have to say, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Tattoos are permanent, and you will never be able to get this off your body, even though you can with a laser. But not a good idea. Don't do that, Dylan. Are you really, though? Let me know. I don't know if you're joking or not, but if you're not joking, send me that DM in Discord, and I will look at it off stream. Off stream. But yeah, shout out to you, bro. That's wild. I don't know if you're actually getting that tattoo. But if you are, that's absolutely savage, and please send me a picture in Discord. But yeah, let's see. All right, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. We're going to go ahead and start spinning that wheel. Let's see. Just checking. DJ Tommy Boy is all about the scams. Scam. Shout out to Rug Pull incoming on WorldCoin. I think that might be what he's talking about. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he's talking about WorldCoin looking like a rug. I don't know a lot about the project other than they're trying to scan people's eyeballs. So, yeah, I don't own any of this. But, yeah, chart looks like it may go up here. But it could go up here and then rug. Totally possible. Shout out to Tommy. All right, let's go ahead and pull up that wheel of pain and pleasure. Scam. But, yeah, just a little word of, you always want to be careful of the scams, guys. That's never bad advice, right? But never financial advice. It's never bad advice. But I will say, if you think everything's a scam, I remember, when I first started, my first business, right, I thought everything was a scam. So I would never buy any courses, right? And one time, and I'm sure a lot of courses are scams, but not scams, but, they're probably not worth the money. But I'm sure some of them are scams, too. But I will say, one of the things that if you guys don't know, I used to have an Amazon business where I would sell stuff on Amazon, right? And one of the things that really got me making money in that space was a course that I bought. And I always look back, and I used to have this horrible outlook on courses, and it's really all just about finding someone you actually trust to give you good information. And as long as the person is trustworthy, I would have been, that course changed the whole course of that business for me, right? And I was, so thankful I found that course, and thank God I didn't think it was a scam, because if I never trusted to be hey, I'm going to take the risk here. Maybe I lose the money. It's not worth it. But I got to try something. Just don't think everything is a scam so much that you miss out on opportunity. That's all I'm saying. And at least if you're going to call, if anyone calls me a scam, I just hope that they don't do it on a video that's just informational. At least make it make sense, right? Anyway, here we go. All right. Anyone have the timestamp for whatever? Yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone. I had to delete it. I mean, but anyway, yeah. You have to redo Wednesday's spins because everything crashed. And Wednesday, you didn't spin it either, so 10 to 15 more spins from those. Okay, let's go ahead and spin those wheels. Adra, we did BLZ in the beginning. If you scroll back, you will see it. We ran through that. But yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the likes here. 416 likes. Yikes, pretty far off of 500. But also, guys, record-breaking stream as far as views yesterday. We almost had 3,000 people in the live stream yesterday. Absolutely mind-blowing. Never in my life did I think I would have 3,000 people watching my YouTube channel, or did I ever even think I would have a YouTube channel. But super, super cool to break that milestone yesterday. It wasn't 3K. It was 27-ish, 2,800. But nonetheless, it was a record for us. So shout out to everybody who was in here showing love. CandleMafia is stronger than ever. Super cool. We were super hype on that. Dave Digital says, Frankie, can I go to the Barbie movie with CCC? What time is it? Yeah, Dave, just be back before 9. You had me worrying last night. Just be back before 9, bro. I don't want to be up waiting for you and hoping that you're okay. Shout out to Hodl Crypto said, Frankie's a realist. Shout out to Hodl Crypto. Yeah. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's kind of what I want. Thank you, Twinkle Toes. Congrats on the viewers. I appreciate that so much. But yeah, I try to be that's what I want it to be, right? I have nothing to hide. I really am here to just provide value, and obviously the YouTube channel is a business, right? I have to eat too. But I say that in kind of a joking manner. But really what I want to do here is really pull back the curtain on TA and try to simplify it. And like I always say, give them a giveaway, baby. But I always say, I think a lot of people gatekeep in TA. because everybody is, I want people to only watch me. I want to pretend like I'm giving a giveaway. I want to have everyone watch me. I don't want anyone like learning exactly what I'm doing because then they won't have to rely on me. I don't want to do that. I want to, it's like, I watch some like really on TikTok, I'll see like traders come up and they like explaining all this stuff. And it's like, I can almost tell you're trying to make this sound more complicated so people think you're smarter than you actually are. And I'm here to show you guys that if I'm able to break it down as simply as possible, like you don't need, it doesn't need to be complicated. It can be simple. That's why I'm here. And like, I just truly, I don't know. I just lucked out being able to do what I love. Like, I don't know. I just feel like super lucky. But yeah, let's see. All right. All right, let's see here. Dang, man. Could have been cool. Could have been fun, man. Could have been fun. Anyway, anytime, Frankie. Shout out to Hodl Crypto. Here we go. Bada boom. Let's see. You're a champ, man. Shout out to Sky. Who let the Bears out? Who? Shout out to Bro Tip. Well, let's go. How many spins we got here? 10. All right, so we got. We'll spin it 20 times because we got 15 from the other streams plus 434. Does anybody know? Like when you mods? Maybe you can answer this question. Do you guys know like if you hide somebody, like if you block somebody from the channel? Because I was talking to when I was in Bitcoin Miami, we were talking to the other like our other YouTube friends. We were talking to Evan Aldo, Crypto Lifer, all these people, Tom Crown, and some of them were saying that they had trolls come in their chat and they would like be annoying and say like whatever. And I forget who said it. Someone was telling us that they blocked somebody or they banned them. And they like were in their YouTube settings and like saw their name was blocked and they're like, I wonder if this guy ever comes back, and they unblocked him. And the guy was still like a year later in the chat saying the same thing he would always say. Mods, do people know when they're banned? Because that's hilarious. Like if every hater that ever comes into chat, you block them and then they think they're chatting, but they're not, no one else sees, but to them it looks normal. I hope that's the way it works because that would be hilarious. It's like what haters deserve. It's like you're just like talking to nobody. Like no one hears you. No one knows you're saying this, but you're still wasting your time and your energy hating. Yeah, let me know. It's hilarious. Like they told me that. I'm like, no way is that the way it works. If that's how it works, that is amazing. That would be great, right? They're just like still sitting there and they're miserable like wherever they are in a cave somewhere, like with their Cheeto fingers, like this guy sucks. And like, they're like, ha, and no one sees it but them. That is the life of a hater. I used to be one, guys. If you watch the channel, you'll know that. So I feel bad for the haters. It's like yesterday, I wasn't even mad at that guy. I was mad at myself for not thinking through opening up a video like that on, I shouldn't open any videos on the live stream like that unless it's been vetted. Lesson learned, never again. But it's funny because like that guy's miserable. That guy's life, like you think that guy's life is good? Probably not. But I don't know. That's just kind of like a troll. I'm talking more about people who just senselessly hate. But that was like an attack on our livelihood. But yeah, anyway. Let's see. You cannot chat unless you're subscribed to the channel. Yes, shout out to Ill Hero. Yeah, so like they're subscribed to the channel and they're hating. Like that would be hilarious. I forget who. I think it was Evan Aldo said he had some guy that would always say the same thing, and then he unbanned him and he just kept spamming these. Like this guy's still here a year later and he thinks that he's getting this through to me. It's so funny. All right, let's see. He was talking to himself for a year, like a whole year alone in a room, hating. Like, think about if he took that year to just be nice and learn. He probably could have learned something from Evan and made some money. But no, he's probably just still, like, hating his life. So funny. So I don't get mad at them because I really do feel bad for them. I really do. It's because it's not a fun. I was there. I used to hate. But I had the, for some reason, I don't know. We got 5 more spins, baby. For some reason, I don't know. I was able to be like, oh, this is why I'm hating. Like, I just hate my life. And, like, this is so clear. And I was embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I would just critique everybody I could on TikTok, on YouTube. Just like, this guy, you should do that. Like, oh, God, what a miserable human being. I don't know how people were friends with me back then. Like, what a miserable human. So glad that I was able to get past that. So I truly do feel bad for those people because my life was miserable back then. I was horribly miserable. My whole life was garbage. So it's pretty funny. Let's see. Give him a giveaway. Shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto. V Ranger says, "Am I banned?" No, you're in the green, my bro. You're in the green. I was a bot, Frankie. Duh. Hashtag boomer. Oh, it was a bot. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yeah, haters don't have a money goal. That is definitely the truth. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I think, like, my cure, it's funny because, like, people are like, oh, man, like, you're going to start a YouTube channel? Like, are you afraid you're going to get hate? And I'm like, no, dude. I hope I have haters because I remember what it was like to be a hater, and it meant that the person that I was hating on was doing amazing. You'll never meet a hater doing better than you. Hate comes from below. So just know that. Let's see. I was, and it sucked. I never hated. Shout out to Jessica. Let's see. Wait, that's how YouTube. I never see the chat. Shout out to Steven. No, Steven, you're not hidden. Don't worry. Wayne C said, Frankie, can I send you my chart so you can take a look at them? It's a bummer. I don't know what to do. Yeah, Wayne, send it in the Discord. I'll pull it up right now. Joking. Let's see. This is my first time. Shout out to Steven. Your first time in the stream, potentially. I don't know. Shout out to Crypto. Oh my God, Crypto Billy, guys. Speaking of haters, if you want to know the opposite of a hater, just look no further than Crypto Billy. Billy, why are you so crazy, bro? I appreciate you so much, Crypto Billy, with the $100 super chat. Bing bong. I don't know how much it is. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's get it. I appreciate you so much, dude, for that super chat. Always $99, bro. You are a menace. Says, love you, Frankie. Hashtag FYP. Find your people. Hashtag FCU, Frankie Candles University. Hashtag Givers Gain. Best community ever. Shout out to Crypto Billy. I wish I could, like, I don't know, highlight this chat somehow. Billy, you're an absolute menace in the best way possible. I love you so much, bro. Thank you for that super chat. You are crazy. That leather hat looks awesome. Edward, shout out to you, bro. You can go ahead and get those on frankiecandles.com. I'm sure Tony will share the link if you want to check out all our new colors. But yeah, Crypto Billy, dude, you're crazy. You're getting this back at some point in a crazy way. Sin Diesel in the house. All right, what do we got? I think we did 20 spins. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 giveaways. Let's go. Add it to the list there, Rob. And if I can, I will pull up the picker wheel. I mean, not the picker wheel. I will pick up the winner selector. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, if you guys could just let me know what the video we got to look at is going to be, and I will go ahead and set this up, and we'll call our winners, and then we're going to do our mod hangout later. Shout out to Jessica, said, I was never mean, just reported for inappropriate comments. Oh, shout out to Jessica. Oh, yeah, Jessica, I know you weren't hating. Okay, but okay, so you were in here, you said something inappropriate, and then someone in here reported you, and then you got kicked out by YouTube, is I guess what happened. Jessica, that's wild. Yeah, thank God, yeah. Always, if anything ever happens like that, you always hit us up on Discord. One of us will answer and get that figured out. Shout out to Jessica. Yeah, Jessica was never a hater. I never would think that, Jessica. Shout out to Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative. She can't hate. She's the Mafia representative. All right, let's go ahead and see here. Yeah, Rob is quick, Kembro. Rob is quick. Crypto Anon in the house. Let's see. Okay, click this link for Frankie's new merch, okay? Thank you for that, Rob. Oh, dang. I guess that's what you guys were talking about. Chemistry, bro, I thank you as well. That was very close. Okay. 45 giveaways over 3 weeks total. We're picking 15 winners for 3X bags of ADA. The Ken altcoin make you a millionaire video. Okay. Thank you for that, Rob. Let me pull up the video. There you go. But yeah, I wonder... couple people got banned in this chat. I wonder if they know they're banned or they're just still talking. Hopefully they're here for a year, and then we can go back and see if they come back. All right, let's see. But literally, I was talking to Mrs. Candles recently, or yesterday actually, because we were talking about that whole troll thing that happened. And we were talking. I was like, you know what? It's like we're so the mafia is so good that I never had to worry about anything like that. Like, no Mafia member would ever do that to us. So I felt comfortable just kind of opening the thing up on live. Like I said, I sometimes forget that I'm not just streaming in front of all my friends, because that's what it feels like. Sometimes you get those random people that are looking to cause trouble, and yeah, it's like, but it's a good thing, right? Like, we have such a good community that's never been a worry ever. Yeah, it's like just a sentiment, or not a sentiment, a testament to our community, right? And I had someone hit me up and say, hey, Frankie, like, saw what happened or whatever. I was in the stream. I hope this doesn't change anything. Like, I hope you don't, like, not trust anybody, or, like, you kind of, like, but I just want to say this on the live stream, guys. This changes nothing. That guy actually gave us an idea on how to offer more value on the live stream. So we're just going to take his idea. Yeah, I'm sure he's listening right now. So thanks for that, bro. Let's see. But there you go. But we never have to worry about that. So it's like, it's kind of like it happened because the Mafia is so amazing. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on here. Okay. Let's see. There's a filter duplicate users. And then, of course, we have to do the math problem, which is always really difficult. 4 + 2 is 11. And, yeah, there we go. All right. So, Mrs. Candles. I don't know if Mrs. Candles is going to come in. As you guys know, she's a very wishy-washy employee. She comes into work when she wants. But hey, I guess that's the perks of being Mrs. Candles. Because I can't get mad at her, because then she just gets mad at me. All right, let's go ahead and see. What do we got? 182 comments. And, yeah, we're going to have to battle these ads as usual. They are more relentless than ever. Shout out to Norwegian Caribbean, my favorite cruise line. I'm actually not kidding about that. All right, let's see here. Is everything okay here? YouTube comment picture is the easiest. What is going on? What is going on? Oh, there we go. I was like, is this all paid now? That would be a scam. All right, here we go. Here we go. Who's it going to be? All right, let me just double check the chat so I don't mess this up, because I always mess it up when Mrs. Candles is not here. 15 winners, all for crypto, all from one video. Here we go. Winner number 1 for a bag of ADA. Here we go. Who's it going to be? The NL Cola Gamer, Koala Gamer, not Cola. Shout out to NL Koala Gamer. I appreciate you for watching the content. He says, great video, Frankie. I appreciate you, bro. Great koala profile picture. I appreciate you. We're going to give you a free bag of ADA. Head into that free Discord, go to the giveaway section, and click the button that says, I recently won a giveaway, and we'll send you free crypto. It's not a scam. It's real. But yeah, shout out to you, bro. Thank you for watching the channel. All right, here we go. Do you think BTC is done moving for today? Potentially. But I would not be trusting anything right now. Let's see. Rooting for you, S&W. Shout out to S&W. Let's go. Koalas and candles. Ooh, I like that. All right, here we go. Winner number 2. Who's it gonna be? Shout out to that guy. Hopefully it's this guy. Oh, you guys can't see him. Shout out to this guy. All right, here we go. Winner number 2. Who's going to be? B-Team Crypto, let's go. Shout out to B-Team Crypto. You got to be in here right now. I would assume you are in here. Shout out to you, bro. Always in the chat. He says, quotes, just quotes. I don't know if that was the full comment, but shout out. There he is. The mods are firm, but mods are fair. Absolutely. Shout out to B-Team Crypto. And we got to play fair, so we got to send you your crypto. You know what to do, B-Team. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for always showing support to the channel. You deserve this Cardano. And next winner, B-Team Crypto, BTC. If you guys didn't know, B-Team Crypto is really just, the acronym is BTC, Bitcoin, right? Makes sense. But we say BTC FTW, BTC, B-Team Crypto for the win. Anyway, here we go. Winner number 3. Let's go. Anxious Trader. Shout out to the Anxious Trader. Says, stream ready. Let's go. Well, hey, I hope we're stream ready tonight. And hopefully you're in here, because you should be giveaway ready, because we're about to send you some Cardano, bro. And we're going to change that name from Anxious Trader to Confident Trader and Profitable Trader. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you for watching the content. Thank you for supporting. And, yeah, enjoy your free Cardano. head to that free Discord and hit that giveaway section. Let's go. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Oh, we got Cree 1 Tycal. Critical. Shout out to Critical. Thank you for giving the bing bong, things up. Bing bong, thumbs up. Shout out to you, bro. We're sending you some free Cardano. You deserve it, bro. Thank you for showing love to the channel and watching the content. Hopefully you find it valuable. Anxious Trader in the chat. Congrats, bro. Thank you for watching the content, my dude. I really do appreciate you so much. And yeah, shout out to Critical as well. Hit that free Discord and go claim your free Cardano. Here we go. I just broke this pen. It's broken now. There we go. All right, winner number 4. Who's it going to be? Oh, my God. The house cleaners messed everything up. They broke this pen, I think. They must have run it over with the vacuum. My camera was tilted. They just came in here just swinging. I wonder if they ever question why there's money everywhere. They probably come in here like, why does this guy have a camera and money flying all over the place, all over the floor? Try to clean it up before they get here, but I'm sure they come in this room and they're like, what does this guy do? Very funny. I would love to be a fly on the wall while they're in here trying to clean. Here we go. Winner number 4 or 5. Luckily, I think it keeps count for us. Crypto Love. Shout out to Crypto Love. Says, ready for the Monday stream. Crypto Love, I appreciate you for watching the channel, bro. Slam Banjo in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Love. I appreciate you for showing love to the channel. And thank you for being stream ready on Monday. Ready to hit that trading week. Ready to go. I appreciate you, bro. Go hit the free Discord and get your free Cardano. And then maybe drop it into a trading account. Transfer it over to whatever you want to trade. And maybe flip it. Who knows? But shout out to Crypto Love. I appreciate you, bro. Next, winner. Who's it gonna be? I think this is number 5, but I think I can check. Gears of War. Gears of Crypto says, great content as always. Thanks a lot. Shout out to Gears of Crypto. I appreciate you for watching, bro. I like that profile picture. Hit that free Discord. Get your free Cardano. You should be called Gears of Ada because you're getting some free Cardano. Shout out to you, bro. Just trying to think of random jokes here. Yeah, DSV, they're probably so confused. Like, what does this guy do? He's always got, like the light, the camera, the money all over. They're probably like, this guy is, I don't know what this guy's doing. Maybe a Band-Aid. I'll be honest with you, maybe a Band-Aid. I think you're probably in here. But I will say this, bro. I can't rig these giveaways. But if I could, I would rig it in your favor because you've given back to the channel so much recently. You deserve this Cardano a ton, bro. Like, you definitely, if you deserve this, if anyone does, it's you. Shout out to maybe a Band-Aid. Thank you for showing so much love to the channel. Not only showing love on the video, but just always gifting the memberships. As you guys know, he gets memberships constantly. Shout out to you, bro. He said, stuck around and found your inhaler. Shout out to maybe a Band-Aid. I don't know what you're talking about with an inhaler. I don't know what that means. But hopefully you see this, bro, because you deserve this crypto, man. You deserve the Cardano. You know what to do. Thank you for always showing love. And here we are. Guys, why do I have baby-related ads all the time? I can almost guarantee, free flu shots, probably free. Oh, yeah, ages 3+. Why? Why? I mean, this one's kind of concerning, to be honest with you. But anyway, I can't control the ads, guys. I cannot control the ads. What is this? Austedo? What is that? I'm sure that's a baby thing. But anyway, next winner. Here we go. Too funny. The ads are out of control, guys. King Peasant. Let's go. Shout out to King Peasant. I appreciate you for always watching the channel, bro. Hanging out in the live streams. And he says, radical. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you so much. Hit that free Discord. Get your free Cardano. I appreciate you endlessly, my dude. I'm going to start flying through these a little bit because we do have a lot. Shout out to Brian Baca, or maybe it's Basha. I think it's Baca. I don't know. Shout out to Brian, though. I do appreciate you, man. He says, you're the man, bro. Shout out to you. You're the man. And maybe a Band-Aid. There he is. Yeah, Main King got one, too. Let's go. Shout out to maybe a Band-Aid. Crypto Crabman said, I walk to and from work through Friday, get a view of the mountains, and when I'm walking home, listening to candles, not so bad. Shout out to Crypto Crabman. I appreciate you so much, bro. That's nice. Where do you live? In Colorado? You're saying mountains. I think Colorado automatically. Let me know. You don't have to super chat, but let me know. I'd like to know. But shout out to King Peasant. Thank you so much for the support, bro. Hit the free Discord. You're getting some free Cardano. We're going to start flying through these. Kenny Omega, what is going on? He says, bing bong. Woo! Let's go. Shout out to Kenny Omega. You're getting some free Cardano, bro. Thank you for the nice comment. And thank you for always being a part of the Candle Mafia. We appreciate you so much. And yeah, we're giving you some free Cardano, bro. Let's go. Shout out to Kenny Omega, or as I like to call him, Keno. All right, here we go. Next winner. Shout out to Bob's Watches. I love that site. Anyway, Lionheart, let's go. Heart, candle. Shout out to the candles, which, by the way, I forgot to light today, which you guys know. I'm not going to lie, guys. Bitcoin may or may not have dumped yesterday because I forgot to light the candle for 2 streams in a row, and we all know Satoshi gets mad when that happens. Kenny Omega, there we go. Thanks, Frankie. Appreciate the sauce. Shout out to Kenny Omega. Enjoy that free Cardano. You know what to do. Hit that free Discord. We got Jonah Lang in the chat. What is going on? Colorado LFG. Is that what he said? Coloradical. Shout out to Crypto Craftman. Yeah, shout out to Colorado. I've never been there. I heard it's hard to breathe up there. I would probably need my inhaler. I'm just kidding. King Peasant said, love you, Frankie. Thank you, brother. No problem, King Peasant. You deserve it, bro. You've been here forever. Shout out to Lionheart. You deserve it as well. Hit that free Discord, and bear with me while I count these winners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's see, Lionheart is not on that list. So that's 10. All right, so here we go. Next winner is going to be, Inhaler's in chat. Let's go. It is a mile above. It is a mile above sea. Killed. A mile above sea level killed my asthma. Oh God, maybe I can't go to Colorado. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't actually have asthma. But anyway, shout out to King Enzo. Let's go. Shout out to King Enzo. He might be in here. He might be lurking right now. Shout out to you, bro. Said, I'm getting spread too thin, or I'd pick some up. Well, King Enzo, you could take this Cardano I'm about to send you, and then you can just transfer it into some. What was this one? I think it was an INJ video. Yeah, injected protocol. So maybe you could swap it out. Swap some of that ADA. Maybe you got enough ADA, and you could swap it out to INJ. But shout out to King Enzo. You've been here forever, bro. I appreciate you so much. And, yeah, hit that free Discord, bro. I appreciate you. Crypto Love. Bro, you're so lucky that you got landed on twice. Mods, I know the rule here, but you guys are the rule makers. You can only win 1 time per giveaway, unfortunately. I did filter duplicate users, though, which is interesting. So, yeah. All right, well, hey, King Enzo, I knew he was here. Shout out to King Enzo. What's going on, bro? Yeah, thank you, Tyler. Said 1 win per video. Shout out to Jonah Lang. Said, I got a spare bedroom for you when you come out. I think he's talking to me. Maybe he's talking to someone in chat. But if you're talking to me, bro, I appreciate you. May take you up on that one day. Are you in Colorado as well? Let me know. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Crypto Love. I appreciate, I know 1 per video. No worries. Shout out to Crypto Love. We appreciate you so much. Anyway, I guess it just picked the same comment. That's interesting because I literally said filter duplicate. But anyway, here we go. Who's it going to be? Offer Life, says Uncle Candles. Shout out to my nephew, which feels weird for me to say. I have a nephew now. But shout out to my nephew. He's adorable. But yeah, shout out to Offer Life. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for watching the channel. We're going to send you some free crypto. Let's get it. Shout out to Offer Life. You know what to do. Ricardo Picasa says, can I win something? If you commented on the video, you indeed can win. But you got to comment on the videos. But yeah, if you did, then you can win for sure. All right, here we go. Next winner. Who's it going to be? I saw Daddy Zach in there. Oh, okay. Bear with me. Gurker Pal. Shout out to you, bro. I hope I didn't butcher your name too much. I'm sure I did. I apologize. He says, AVAX Solana price prediction? Well, you never know. We might start coming out with those price prediction videos soon. These are moon math videos. These are a little different, but we will be doing more price prediction videos based off of actual information, not just trying to estimate, if it goes here, how much do you need. But we will do kind of more realistic price predictions of where I actually think things can go based off TA. So yeah, we will be doing that coming up as we get a little closer to the bull run. We will start releasing those videos. But shout out to you, bro. We're giving you some free ADA either way while you wait. So while you wait for those videos to come out, you could just sit there and count your your Cardano. But here we go. Let me just count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 without that duplicate. So we got 3 more, baby. 3 more. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Here we go. Can I not X out some of these ads? Interesting. All right, here we go. Who's it going to be? Devin Murphy said, I will be forever grateful for you have changed my life. I will continue to preach on your behalf for the whole world to hear you saved me. Bot, right? It's like I hate like if someone does write out a long thing like this, if it's all thought out, they write a nice response. But I think that's probably a bot. But yeah, let's see. Shout out to Carlitos. What is going on, bro? Says, saw your call down to 26 yesterday, and market started dumping right after. That's how I found you. Carlitos, hey, bro, feel free to spread the word. I appreciate that, and I'm happy that you were able to see that information before it happened. We be doing this every weekday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you for being here, man, and thank you for saying that. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. We're just out here reading the charts. That's all. Steven says, this is free TA. I don't need a giveaway. It's free TA. Shout out to Steven. I like you, bro. I like you. Shout out to Steve. But yeah, let's see. I'm a bot, and we have feelings too. Shout out to Dave Digital. I keep forgetting your AI, dude. But yeah, bot, I think, right? No, that's a bot. Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. 3 more. Who's it going to be? Shout out to these beautiful day dates. Michael Snelling, let's go. I know you're in here, bro. Adra, we looked at BLZ. You scroll back a little bit to the beginning of the altcoins. We did take a look at BLZ. But yeah, shout out to Michael Snelling. I know you're in here, bro. Let's get it. Do you have a course? I don't know why I said it like that. Do you have a course? Carlitos, not at the moment, but I'm just saying maybe somewhere in the near future, we may be releasing something that might incorporate videos organized in a fashion revealing all of the Frankie Candles sauce that might be available in the form of a collective of videos. But it's not yet. We don't have one as of right now, but you never know. I will say this, though. If you are interested in taking a serious approach to your trading, and you are willing to spend some money, we do have a premium Discord where I give my trade setups, and we also do multiple live streams, premium live streams a week, where we kind of mix it up. We look for new setups sometimes. We also go over the trades that we're looking for, or we go over we do trade recaps. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? We go over the winners. We also go over the losers. But another big part of those streams, they're usually 2 to 3 hours, and they're smaller groups, right? So that when you ask a question, it's a lot easier for me to answer all the questions. They are very, very educational. So it's kind of like a live webinar where it's not like an organized course, but that may be coming at some point. So you never know. But right now, the most educational thing I have formally is those live streams in the premium Discord. So if you're interested. So if you want to taste it, right, if you just want to try the sauce a little bit, you can get into our dining room in the Discord. It's a free section of the Discord where we share 1 post per week in there, as well as some other benefits that you get. But you don't have to it's not actually paid. You just have to sign up with one of our affiliate links. But you'll see once you go into the Discord, you'll get all that rundown. But yeah, shout out to Michael Snelling. Let's go, bro. Congrats on the free Cardano. Yeah, shout out to you, bro. I mean, you deserve it. You're here all the time, bro. So I am happy to give away this Cardano to you. Shout out to Michael Snelling. Let's get dubs in chat for him. Frankie has a great tutorial playlist. Oh, yeah, why didn't I say that? So here's the thing. The YouTube channel, essentially, although it doesn't go over everything as far as, like, go through the channel. I would start there. Before you even think about going into the premium Discord, I would start on the YouTube channel. Watch all of the videos, even the old ones from a long time ago. Run through my tutorial playlist. It's essentially a free beginner's trading course, right? And then, like, if we come out with something at one day, right? That's going to be more of an all-encompassing, organized from, not exponentially, organized in order of what you should be starting and all the way from super beginner all the way to super advanced. It'll be more all-encompassing. But right now, go to the tutorial playlist. I have so much free. It's basically a free trading course on my YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. And then if you want to go a step further and after you're done with all that, you want to take it a little more seriously, then you can, spend some money. But yeah, go check out the YouTube channel. It's like free trading course, essentially. At least it'll get you from knowing nothing to knowing like a lot more than most people. Shout out to Fun Days, Professor Frankie here at the School of Frankie Candles University. Shout out to Fun Days. I appreciate you so much, bro. We're going to give you some free Cardano, and I think you're the second to last person to win, so you just skirted in and got that win by the skin of your teeth. But let me just double check here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, there you go. One last winner. Shout out to this guy right here. Shout out to Fun Days. Hit that free Discord. Get your free Cardano. And our last winner is going to be, who's going to be? Oh, I saw Dixon in here. Eric Bonici, my paisan. What's going on, Eric Bonici? Thank you for showing love to the channel. As always, bro, you're in the live stream constantly. You're commenting on the videos. You're showing support. Yeah. Shout out to the Discord. Shout out to Rob. But yeah, Eric Bonici, thank you so much for watching the channel, bro. He says, thanks for the moon sauce, Frankie. I appreciate you, Eric. And thank you for being my paisan. We're going to send you some free crypto. Hit that free Discord. Get your free giveaway. And there we go. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time. I think that's all the time we got for... wait, I didn't win? Shout out to Wolfman Ate My Coins. Shout out to you, bro. We're rooting for you next time, bro. We're rooting for you next time. And you never know. We might be giving away even more sauce on next week's giveaway. Maybe there's some new hats. Maybe we give away some of the new colors. I don't know. But... guys, with all that being said, that's all the time we got for today's live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with us on a Friday. Fridays are slow for us, but the OGs hang out, and the people who really want to take this seriously do hang out, and I appreciate it. Shout out to the lurkers, the people in chat. I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. We're at 52K now, and we broke our live stream view record. And by you guys smashing the like button and commenting and engaging in chat, it all helps push out this content to more people. And we really do have the best community out there, even when we have hiccups like yesterday where we get some random hater that comes in and tries to ruin things for us. This community, the messages that I got, hey, Frankie, if you ever need help, like, if whatever, like people have been like, hey, man, like, I appreciate what you do. That guy's a jerk, whatever. Like, just the support we get, guys, is absolutely nutty. And I truly am blessed to have you guys, and I'll never take it for granted. I say this all the time, and I will continue to say it because I truly mean it. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. And with all that being said, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Real quick, back to the screen, guys. This is like my favorite watch right here. Right here, Chocolate Face Day Date. I don't have it, but one of my favorites. Anyway, guys, with all that being said, I'll see you guys on Monday, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
What we got?
Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm planning on pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut. Cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Times close, I whittled them down, sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground, setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jazz. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly, the time he keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't he son of believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm the QB, but I ain't handing out nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too, can't give it a time if a dollar so cut eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Times close, I whittled them down, sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground, setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Times close, I whittled them down, sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all out, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Shout out to Crypto 101. I saw you in the chat, bro. And I actually planned for this. Shout out to Crypto 101. It was like, me no love? Crypto 101, you're about to get all the love, bro. Crypto 101, I saw him in chat. They were saying, hey, I want to see Rune. And I say, no problem. Let's take a look at it. Shout out to Crypto 101. Here we go. Let me actually pull up a different rune chart here. I'm just going to pull up a fresh rune chart here. Yeah, Crypto 101, you get all the love right now. But here we are, guys. What I'd be looking at here on Rune would be, as it has been absolutely mooning, I will say this, right? Green dot on the weekly is confirmed. This VWAP is a bit overextended. Yeah, the VWAP is a little bit overextended. Take a look at the 6-day. VWAP starting to roll back over. Now, money flow is coming up, so that could indicate more upside in the future, but at some point, this thing's going to have to retrace, right? And you will see here, I had an alert here, so I love that you're looking at this, because I had an alert as we did just wick. It literally went off during the stream, yeah, I don't know, rune shark question mark. Yeah, VWAP cooling off on the 2-day. Again, money flow generally coming to the upside could indicate more, more moves up are indeed on the way. But at some point, you got to get a retracement to come in here. So with these VWAPs cooling off on the 2-day, as well as the daily red dot confirmed, I would be looking. I am on short hunting mode, right? Like I am looking for the short. But here's the thing: the higher time frames, the green dot on the 16-hour, the green dot on the 12-hour. The green dot on the 10-hour confirmed does make me wonder if we are going to get one last push up. So I will say this. I am expecting a potential. I'm being very cautious, right? Because that 12-hour and 10-hour green dot, if they confirm and they don't just roll back over to the downside immediately, giving you a VWAP flop, I would anticipate another potential move to the upside. And, I'll just give you a little bit more here. Let me pull the fib. And let's pull it to the high here, right? So I am being very cautious, just like we talk about on the stream all the time. I'm going to come down to a lower time frame. Let me pull the range. Right? Mrs. Candles is just sitting here. She thought I was done, and now she's like, what the heck? You're doing TA again. I'm out of here. She just left. She left me, guys. But anyway, we did come up to the value area high. We wicked up just a little bit here, but it does look like we could cool off from this value area high potentially. But here's the thing. 1 hour money flow coming back up, fresh crossover into the green. And what happens when you get those money flow crossovers into the green with a 1 hour money flow crossover into the green with a 16-hour green dot? Now, we didn't print directly on the green dot. I do like to see that, but it could mean that we are going to get another move up. Now, it's not guaranteed because we can cool off from the value area high. But again, with the higher time frame, 16, 12, and 10-hour green dots. And with the fact that this daily VWAP is curving back up, I am being cautious of a potential second wick up to that 786. But I am confident, not a guarantee we make it up there, but if we do, I think that would be a bit more of a higher probability level to get a rejection off of. But it does look like it wants to cool off at some point as we are at the value area high, but you gotta be careful around those green dots on the higher time frames. So hopefully, Crypto 101, hopefully that helps you out. That is what I'm looking at on Rune, and I love that. Yeah, shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Don't forget to hang out at 8:30. Time is ticking. But yeah, Crypto 101, that's for you, bro. Hopefully it helps you out. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. See you guys on Monday. Same place, same time. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right after ATP. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. DZ. That's all I got. Frank Candles out. Bing bong. Shout out to Steve.
AMRB is what we got.
Yeah. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressive to watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm applying no pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut. Cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in the front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressive to watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't son to believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing on nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time of $1, so cut her eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressive to watch. We played the